Time to spotlight the netminders.
Johnson, it's a good save by Pittsminder Marc-Andre Fleury.
Welcome to Between the Pipes on the UPMC Penguins Live pregame show. Brought to you by Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh's entertainment destination. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Abigail Pontello of Everett, Pennsylvania is our contestant on the Shop and Save Shutout Sweepstakes. If Artur Shilovs can get a shutout tonight, Abigail will get a $250 gift card from Shop and Save. If not, Abigail gets a $25 gift card from Shop and Save. If you'd like to register for the Shop and Save Shutout Sweepstakes, log on to PittsburghPenguins.com. Now, Artur Shilovs was in goal for the Penguins' 7-3 win. He allowed 3 goals on 24 shots. The man who's going up against him is Soderblom, the Swedish goaltender. And his numbers in that game, he shared that game with Spencer Knight. He allowed 3 goals on just 15 shots. And so he struggled, and so did Spencer Knight. It was a tough night for the Chicago goalies, so he'll be trying to bounce back here tonight. I'm surprised to see that Shilovs is actually 3-0 in his career against Chicago. Pierre Maguire joins us in a moment. Penguins coming up here against the Hawks at PPG Paints Arena on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
It's hockey night in Pittsburgh, starring a lineup of Ford MVPs here to take on the ice.
The Bronco family and Explorer putting a twist on the classics. And the Mach-E, can I just say, it's electrifying.
Absolutely, blink and you'll miss the Ford Mustang.
And the Ready for Anything F-Series, best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh.
Wow, I'd hate to go up against this team.
Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Get your business in the game with Glassmere Fuel. We supply gas, diesel, propane, and other fuels for businesses throughout Western and Central PA. We even loan tanks and pumps. Call 800-235-9054 or visit glassmere.com. Your power play for fuel.
2 things you can't argue: everyone loves free, and everyone loves chocolate chip cookies. Get to the Penguins mobile app and grab your offer for a free chocolate chip cookie from select Crumble locations on any Penguins home game day. From Crumble, official partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Looking for the ultimate getaway? Stay and play at the Landing Hotel at Rivers Casino. Whether you're here for a weekend escape or a midweek retreat, we've got everything you need under one roof. Wake up refreshed in one of our stunning rooms and head straight to the action, just steps away from the casino floor. Enjoy a variety of gaming, dining, and entertainment, all just outside your door. Visit riverscasino.com and book your stay today. Experience the best of both worlds at the Landing Hotel at Rivers Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's the 2016 Stanley Cup Champions Reunion at PPG Paints Arena. Come out Saturday, January 31st to celebrate the 10-year reunion and see Penguins alumni return.
It sails down to the Sharks end, short in, and it's over. Get in the fast lane, Grandma. The bingo game is ready to roll. 2016 Stanley Cup champion, the Pittsburgh Penguins.
All fans in attendance receive a commemorative championship ring. Get your tickets today at PittsburghPenguins.com.
Since FNB has been the official bank of the Pittsburgh Penguins, we've realized our teams aren't that different. We both have great checking, at home and on the road. With FNB's league-leading banking app, you get access to a deep lineup of checking accounts. And we both know the importance of big saves, like saving you time with our eStore Common app. One application for all your goals. Can your bank do that? Find out at fnb-online.com/eStore. FNB, member FDIC.
This segment of the UPMC Penguins pregame show is brought to you by Labatt and Labatt Blue Light, the official import beers of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Always enjoy responsibly.
Chicago Blackhawks finishes the last 4 seasons 31st, 31st, 30th, and 27th. We welcome in Pierre Maguire. And Pierre, I know what that's like when you have a really bad hockey team. We saw it with the Penguins a couple of times in their history. There was always a little bit of hope, though, that you'd get a couple of good draft picks, especially once Eddie Johnston got here. But the Hawks obviously have tried to take full advantage of that. They got Connor Bedard. They kind of went scorched earth to get him. I just wonder what your thoughts are and what their approach has been and where you think they're headed.
There's no guarantee that a rebuild will work, Paul. You have the right people in your organization. You have to have the right management people. You have to have the right coaching staff. You have to have the right scouting staff. That's one of the biggest issues when you do a rebuild. I'll give you a case in point. The Edmonton Oilers won the Stanley Cup in 1990. They didn't get back to the Stanley Cup final until 2006. Think about that for 1 second. And then they tried another rebuild, and they didn't get back to the Stanley Cup final again until 2023, Paul. So there's no guarantee just because you get the first or the second overall pick that it's going to work. For Chicago, if I were them, Connor Bedard's a really good player, but Connor Bedard's not a centerman. If you're doing a massive rebuild, you need an elite center iceman, you need to have an elite right-hand shooting defenseman, and you need to have an elite goaltender. Chicago's getting there, but they're far from being there.
You know, Pierre, they went on a stretch after they went 10-5-4 to start the year. They had won 3 in a row, then lost in overtime, won 2 more in a row. So they won 5 out of 6 and got a point in the other game. Then they had 4 wins in 19 games. And that takes you right out of the picture when you do that. And that's what you have to avoid, right? You have to avoid those long stretches where you're not getting any wins or you're not getting in.
That's exactly right. You're spot on. And the biggest thing that's happened, I'll use Pittsburgh as an example. Kyle Dubas has been really aggressive. And it's not just about the rebuild. It's about the older players that they've brought in. You know, you go out and you get a player like Mantha. You go out and get a player like Brazeau. You go out and get a player like Park. You go out and get a player like Kulak. You develop a player like Shea. You go out and acquire a player like Connor Clifton. What they've done in Pittsburgh is they've been aggressive in terms of retooling, not rebuilding. And eventually it's gonna pay off big time for this team because young players like Ben Kindle are learning from Crosby and Malkin. And it's so important to have that. So I actually admire the Pittsburgh Penguin method of doing things more than what maybe Chicago's doing right now.
Yeah, and Kyle Dubas said he was going to do it. I'm going to acquire assets, draft picks. We're going to find ways to get younger, good players. And I think the classic example of what his kind of profile is Igor Chinakhov. We got a guy who was taken in the first round. He's done that before with Philip Tomasino, and you know, it didn't pan out, but this guy looks like a real stud, and you know, that's the way you got to do it. You got to get a little lucky, but you also got to be good to be lucky. Pierre, thanks for your time. I wish we could talk longer, but enjoy the game tonight, and we'll talk to you on Saturday when the Penguins have their reunion of the 2016 Stanley Cup champions.
Really proud of that 2016 team, Paul. Thanks a lot for including me. Look forward to talking with you on Saturday.
Okay, that's Pierre McGuire, and we'll return in just a moment on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Now on the Megyn Kelly Channel.
Hey, let me introduce myself. My name is Adam Carolla. I do a show. You know me. Oh, Man Show, Crank Anchors, Love Line. Write some books, make some movies. Do a little stand-up comedy. Well, I've been doing a podcast for a while. What's my podcast? Well, opinions, lots of hot takes, lots of comedy. If you enjoy Megyn, then I think you're going to enjoy me. Adam Carolla. Now on the Megyn Kelly Channel, 111, and on the Sirius XM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
If you're 500 right now, you must play over 600 hockey. How many of these 600 teams are sustainable? At the very end of the day, playing musical chairs, there's only going to be a few spots and way too many butts. And the teams that lose will make but. And I think for some teams, the math is already not on their side.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Experience the pinnacle of club soccer in the UEFA Champions League on Sirius XM FC. This is the place where legends are born.
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Dynasties are built.
Real Madrid do what they do best.
And history is made.
It is a night to remember for Paris Saint-Germain.
Hear the top Champions League matches all season long on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
Join me, Ward Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, scores!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM. The best hockey lives here.
Burns gets it back, stick handles to the backhand, moves in front, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
Tickets today at PittsburghPenguins.com.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, your neighborhood Ford store. Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs are the official vehicles of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now it's time for Muse's Musings.
Well, Justin Brazeau has played with Evgeny Malkin. He plays with Ben Kindle, and tonight he's going to play with Sidney Crosby, filling in for Brian Rust. And here's Dan Muse talking about that.
Taking a look at that there this morning, and the reason being is, I think Braz he's been playing well all year. I think he's a guy that he can create a lot there down low, just with his ability to protect pucks. He creates a lot at the net front. I think he's got a unique skill set in the sense of his size and puck protection ability combined with the hands that he has. He's also got ability to make plays down there too, and I think something with Braz too that you've seen. You can even go back to I think is the second goal from Kindle there in Vancouver is that ability to make those plays off the rush. A really nice kind of touch play to himself there in the neutral zone, and then he makes a really nice play coming into the zone. And so all those different factors led us to, all right, let's take a look at this.
Justin Brazeau, big number 16, has 14 goals, 11 assists, 25 points, and he's even so far on the year. I was looking at the plus-minuses today. Ryan Shea leads the team in plus-minus with a plus 18, and it's quite a bit higher than anybody other than the great Evgeny Malkin, who's a plus 16 going into this game tonight against the Hawks. The old 2-Niners coming up next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Ford F-Series are the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh for 11 years running. So it's no wonder that Pittsburgh's favorite hockey team choose Ford as their go-to vehicles. Yep, that's right. Your favorite team meets our favorite team. That's a stacked roster if you ask us. Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Only from your neighborhood Ford store.
It's been said in hockey and in life, it's important to always back your partner. S&T Bank and the Pittsburgh Penguins are here to back you in the game of life. In partnership with the Penguins and the Pens Foundation, S&T is awarding 5 students studying communications, marketing, or a related field a $5,000 scholarship each to support their education. This memorial scholarship honors the late Pens broadcaster Mike Lang, and the deadline to apply is January 30th. So don't be left saying,
Elvis has just left the building.
Visit Pittsburgh Penguins website for more information and apply today.
Yuengling Traditional Lager, a beer that, like true legends, stands the test of time. Brewed by the same family for nearly 200 years, it's a crisp amber lager with a bold, smooth flavor that's perfect for game day. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching from your favorite bar, Yuengling is the taste of tradition. Yuengling, legends stand the test of time.
When you're craving a savory snack that's energy-boosting, nitrate-free, high in protein, and full of flavor, you want the original Mr. Donair Beef Jerky. High-quality protein, finest U.S. beef cuts, nitrate-free, premium meat snacks, power play performance. Mr. Donair, proud to be the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This is the Pittsburgh Penguins Hockey Network. This copyrighted broadcast is the property of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of all or part of this broadcast, or any descriptions or accounts of this game therein without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Penguins is strictly prohibited.
Captain of the Montreal Canadiens, Nick Suzuki, and we're joined with Sidney Crosby. Boko Imama. Campus forward, Brad Marchand, joined now by Jackie Redmond.
Time for 2 minutes with the old 2-Niner. Brought to you by your Pittsburgh area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing.
Welcome to the old 2-Niner, Pens and Blackhawks. Tonight we're joined now by Penguins defenseman Erik Karlsson. And Carl, you come across as a guy who likes vibes, right? Like good feeling. Are you getting that feeling with this hockey team that it's more than just wins or losses? There's some other kind of behind the scenes chemistry going on between you guys?
Yeah, I believe so. I think straight away from training camp, we feel like everybody enjoyed themselves, believed in themselves, and then obviously the results came with itself, and obviously that makes things a little bit easier. But even during the tough times in December, it still felt like we had a good feeling in here, and we weren't too up and down on ourselves, and the belief in ourselves, and still to this day I think that we're coming in here being happy to be here, excited to play, and working together. I think so. It's good feelings in here. It's been all year, whether it's been going well or not so well. I still think that like I said, we all believe in each other, we believe in our team, and the process that we're going through, and that makes for good vibes.
I'll ask you about the power play. Looks like Igor Chinakhov is going to be on that left flank with Brian Rust serving a suspension. What's your thoughts on that? Are you trying to get Chinakhov the puck early to use that great shot? And I don't remember the Penguins having a guy, maybe since Phil Kessel was here, a guy on that left side that can rip the puck the way Chinakhov can.
Yeah, obviously he's got his tools, and he's a big threat with his shot, and that's obviously something that going to take a lot of focus from the other team, which will free other guys up. And then at the same time, when he does get the puck, obviously we want to give it to him in a situation where he can find the back of the net, or give himself a good opportunity to at least. And it'll be interesting to see how it works out, and hopefully we can get off to a good start already tonight.
All right, thanks for this. All the best. Go get the Hawks.
Right, thank you.
Right, that's Eric Carlson.
Thank you.
Your 2 minutes with the old 2-9er. Enjoy the hockey.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, because life. Now it is time for the Highmark Injury Update.
Well, the Penguins now have 3 defensemen on the shelf. Jack St. Ivany, surgery on his hand. Ryan Graves is out. Caleb Jones and also Philip Hollander. No injuries for the Hawks. Tonight, the Penguins will have a debut on the blue line as Ilya Solovyov will be in on the blue line with Ryan Shea. Shea will move over to play the right side. Solovyov has played only 31 NHL games, so this will be his 32nd game played in the NHL. He played 232 in the American League. Big kid, 6'3", 208. He was acquired by the Penguins from Vancouver for Valtteri Puustinen. So looking forward to seeing Ilya Solovyov in his first game as a Pittsburgh Penguin. He'll wear number 7. The Powerball jackpot, $57 million. This Saturday will be the drawing. You must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly at your local retailer or online. And, of course, the Pennsylvania Lottery benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Joe Brand and Colby Armstrong have the call for you tonight. It's the Penguins and that team with the beautiful uniforms and the great logo, the Chicago Blackhawks, coming up on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
This is Labatt, brewed for the hockey fans who yell, shoot it from the cheap seats, and scream, ref, you suck, like it ever worked. You pound on the glass, spill your beer, and still act like you're running the power play. But hockey wouldn't be hockey without fans like you and a Labatt in hand. Labatt, we're brewed for the roast. Enjoy responsibly. Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York.
The Saloon of Mount Lebanon has $4 16-ounce Labatt Blue drafts during all Pens games.
Ever dreamed about signing with the Penguins? Now you can. With the Penguins Power Play package from FNB, you can be a part of the team with a Pens branded debit card, cashback credit card, and personal checks. Plus, score exclusive rewards like discounts on tickets, Pens gear, and more. Sign with the Penguins at fnb-online.com/penguins. FNB, the official bank of the Pittsburgh Penguins. FNB, member FDIC, credit card subject to approval. See site for details.
Hey Penguins fans, do you work for, own, or know a deserving, local, woman-owned Pittsburgh business? In honor of Women's History Month, the Penguins and 84 Lumber are joining forces to give back to a woman-owned business within our community and provide them with a $25,000 grant to further support their business. Head to www.pittsburghpenguins.com/empowerhergrant to submit your nominations, and fans will get to select the winner. The Empower Her Grant is a part of 84 Lumber's LIFT program with the Penguins, which focuses on programming tied to leading and inspiring females to thrive.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
It's a hockey night in Pittsburgh.
Crosby centering past Malkin, trying to get a couple jabs at it. Crosby backhanded pass, front score from Sidney Crosby.
Oh, get in the fast lane, Grandma. The bingo game is ready to roll.
The Pittsburgh Penguins Radio Network proudly presents Penguins Hockey. The Penguins Radio Network is presented by S&T Bank and brought to you in part by Number One Cochrane. Go one better. By IC Light. By McDonald's, providing you the official burger of the Pittsburgh Penguins. By Get Go Cafe and Market. Get Go, where the Pens go. By Coca-Cola, founding partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. By Clearview Federal Credit Union, helping people enjoy a better life. And by Indra Energy, an official Penguins Pledge champion partner. Penguins Hockey on the Radio begins now.
Fresh off the best road trip in recent memory, the Pittsburgh Penguins are back home, looking to keep pace in the Metropolitan Division, and they host the team that they started their winning recent trend against in the Chicago Blackhawks. Welcome in, Penguins fans, and welcome to PPG Paints Arena. Alongside the Arm Dog, Colby Armstrong, I'm Joe Brand. Army, 4 straight wins on the road, and after 3 straight days of rest, the Penguins don't have Brian Rust for a bit, but hopefully everyone else still remembers how to win because those last 4 games were pretty fantastic.
Yeah, they're pretty great. And remember, Jack St. Ivany out as well, hand surgery. That's a big loss. He was playing really good. He had 4 assists in 2 games before Vancouver. He only played 3 shifts in that game, just 2 minutes and 54 seconds. And he really started to come on. On this road trip was incredible, right? Like we saw guys chipping in. We were without Letang. We were without Carlson at times. And, you got first goal from Kulak. You had Wotherspoon, hadn't scored in 28 games with a goal. Ryan Shea's on a 3-game assist streak. I talked about St. Ivany. And then you had others through the lineup as well with a cherry on top, which was Ben Kindle in that final game. 19 games without a goal in his hometown with 190-plus in attendance of friends and family. He breaks out of that in dramatic fashion with his first game winner of the season. So, yeah, it was a good trip, good goaltending. The only thing that's like rearing its head, which has been the one constant all year, is the power play. It's been struggling and been rather quiet, but other than that, the Penguins with good efforts and goal scoring and I think finding ways to win, Joe, which is, I think, so valuable, obviously, right? The start of that road trip, Joe, Seattle, Calgary, low event, not very dynamic teams they're playing against, but clogged down, kind of systematic defensive style games that they're able to find ways to win those games and break through in different ways. Going into Edmonton as well, really on a back-to-back, I laid the boots to them pretty good on a game that we didn't know which way that one was going to go going into it. All the credit to these players. They played unbelievable. Shilov's played good as well, and and then they finished it off, and it was a grind at the end against Vancouver, right to the bitter last second. Skinner with a tremendous game. So, yeah, they come home feeling pretty good. A few days off. I'm curious to see how they react to start this one.
You can say it. Ben Kindle busted out of a slump.
Slump buster.
You can say it.
I got him with the slump buster, bud. Yeah, I called it. And with the slump buster, I called it on Wednesday. So it took him a while, but I have until the next Wednesday as my rule on that one. But it's nice to put a little heat on the guy in a fun way. And it was great to see the reaction kind of to end that road trip for Ben Kindle and for his family and the team. Like, these guys are close, right? Like, when you go on the road with a team like us, you get to see that. You get to travel with them. You get to be around it. You get to feel what it feels like when they're on a roll there. You get to celebrate different guys that chip in and add to the punch in the bowl a little bit. And, to be around that and see it and see how they battle and play for each other was really nice. So hopefully they can continue that trend and keep the momentum going. I think a tough battle here tonight with Chicago. Last time they met, the Penguins had their way with them. Justin Brazeau with a hat trick and Brian Rust with a couple goals, who they'll be without tonight. But I think a sneaky team can these Blackhawks be, with some big bodies and some guys that can be dangerous as well, with, as we know, with Connor Bedard and Frankie Nazar both in the lineup and both on the same line.
Yeah, the Penguins didn't get to see Nazar or Bedard in the last matchup. That was on December 28th, the first game after the Christmas break. That's really where it all restarted for the Penguins. They've gone 11-2-2 since that game in Chicago. I mentioned it a few times. The Penguins had the day off after the Christmas break, the NHL break, that is. And then they had an optional morning skate in Chicago around 9 a.m. for a 6 o'clock puck drop. And it was very well attended. And the Penguins jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the first period. They knocked out Spencer Knight out of the crease right away, and the Penguins took off from that. They've scored first in all 11 wins during that stretch right now. But like you mentioned, this is a different type of Chicago Blackhawks team now. They're not quite where they want to be in the standings, but it's definitely a strong step forward than last season.
Yeah, well, big time. And they had, Chicago had a great start to the season and had to deal with some injuries. Nazar's missed quite a bit of time with a broken jaw, and we know about leading into the break as well with Connor Bedard's shoulder and his injury, so coming back and maybe being a little tender with that. But at the same time, I don't know, when you look at this team, and you never know with teams like this that they can kind of just catch lightning in a bottle and feel good. I think you get a lot of ups and downs, and so we'll see. The Penguins on home ice this year, compared to the road, give up a goal more, and there tends to be kind of that mentality where it's a little looser. So I think the first goal is important here tonight, Joe. I think that is, and I think that mentality that they had on the road where it was, finding a way to win, a little uglier, grittier road hockey, they have to keep that same mentality here with these days off. I know a challenge, but that's why they pay him the big bucks.
Yeah, Connor Bedard has not taken a face-off since returning with that shoulder injury, but he is continuing on the top line with Frank Nazar and Teuvo Teravainen. And the Blackhawks, another good team when scoring first. They're 18-8-5, but the Penguins 22-3-6 when they score first. The other thing is, Army, there's 5 games left before the Olympic break. The Penguins really get into a grind of a schedule after that. It's basically a game every other day leading into the end of the regular season. They're in a playoff spot right now, but it's going to be tough. Everything is still very tight in the East. As many points as you can grab before the Olympic break in these next 5 games is pretty huge for this team.
And look at the games they're playing. Tonight, Chicago, okay, Western Conference team. Got to get a win, though. Then you got the Rangers, Ottawa, the Islanders, and Buffalo. Buffalo, the hottest team in the NHL right now, by the way. But all those games are Eastern Conference games, and we see where the Penguins sit and where everyone sits. It's nice if you can just take care of your business, collect points, and keep this train rolling. Because you're right, once we get out of that Olympic break, 3 weeks off, it is I don't know what to call it, a sprint? It's like one of those events.
It's a marathon in a sprint.
It's a marathon in a sprint with, booby traps. And so, they're going to have to be, obviously, come back and be mentally ready for that. And I think the whole league knows that, though. I think even the refs know that with the schedule that we've had this year and they've had. So it is, it's been interesting, but I give the Penguins a ton of credit because they've just been taking care of business. And it's been done by committee. It's really been done by committee. So, interesting game tonight. Look forward to see how the boys start and see if they can keep Bedard and Nazar off the board now that they're on one line and check them pretty tight.
Great to have you back, Arm Dog.
Good to be back, bud.
That's Colby Armstrong. We'll have Puck Drop for you next. It's the Pens and the Hawks here from Pittsburgh. And it's all here on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Looking for the ultimate getaway? Stay and play at the Landing Hotel at Rivers Casino. Whether you're here for a weekend escape or a midweek retreat, we've got everything you need under one roof. Wake up refreshed in one of our stunning rooms and head straight to the action, just steps away from the casino floor. Enjoy a variety of gaming, dining, and entertainment, all just outside your door. Visit riverscasino.com and book your stay today. Experience the best of both worlds at the Landing Hotel at Rivers Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Head over to PPG Paints Arena February 2nd for the Black History Game. All fans in the building receive a rally towel presented by CNX. Little give and go. Malkin, one-timer, he scores! Welcome back, Gino! A power play goal, and the Penguins get that 3-goal lead.
What kind of shot was it, Joe?
One-timer.
It was a one-timer. And was it ever a one-timer? Oh Oh, my goodness.
It's our global great send-off, so get your tickets today at PittsburghPenguins.com.
In Pittsburgh, champions aren't just born, they're built. And NSS Life has been part of that winning legacy for decades.
We've stood with the city's champions on and off the field.
Building futures that are strong, secure, and built to last.
NSS Life is proud to be part of Pittsburgh's past and your future.
NSS Life, the official life insurance company of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
NSS Life, where family matters.
We're all set for hockey here at PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as the Pittsburgh Penguins host the Chicago Blackhawks to wrap up the season series. The Penguins taking the opening matchup against the Hawks back on December 28th, where the Penguins jumped out to a 4-0 lead. The Penguins, since that game, 11-2-2, and still currently holding second place in the Metropolitan Division. How's it going, Penguins fans? Alongside the Arm Dog, Colby Armstrong, I'm Joe Brand. We're just thrilled to have you here with us for another edition of Pittsburgh Penguins Hockey. Penguins opening lineup is presented by Clearview Federal Credit Union. How about this? Dan Muse going with the line of Connor Dewar, Blake Lizotte, and Nola Chari. That's the fourth line that's been probably the most consistent for the Penguins. It's also the lineup that started the game in Chicago back in December.
Oh, I love it. Drawing way back. How do you remember that, Joe? That's
because it was Blake Lizotte's first game back, and it was a bit of a surprise.
Yes, absolutely. And I love this just for the mentality, what we were talking about, kind of that road-like mentality. This line will get that and start off the Penguins on the right foot.
Already did. Blake Lizotte wins the opening draw. It's brought to you by Number One Cochrane, Club One Rewards. Earn points and save money with every dollar spent on service. The Penguins in their alternate gold sweaters. They're attacking from left to right with Artur Shilovs in net. Chicago Blackhawks in their road white sweaters attacking from right to left with Arvid Sutterblom in net for the Blackhawks. Former Penguin Matt Grzelcyk now in the Chicago Blackhawks defensive unit. Helps get it down into the Penguins' end. Brett Kulak chases it in the far corner. Flips it up ahead to Sidney Crosby. Now to Nola Chari, who takes it through the neutral zone. Chucks it down over to the far corner. Alex Vlasic tries to play it along the boards. Gets slammed into the wall by Ricard Raquel. And now it's taken by Andrei Burakovsky. He'll make a rink-wide pass to Louis Crevier, who will fling a wrister on net. A glove save by Artur Shilovs to keep this game scoreless. Not even a minute in from Pittsburgh.
Well, some lineup changes here tonight, obviously, with St. Ivany surgery. We'll have our first look at Ilya Solovyov.
Very good.
In the lineup, was acquired from Colorado. We'll play with Ryan Shea as a pairing, and we've got Brazeau out on the ice right now, who's replaced Rust on that top line, suspended for 3 games for a hit on Brock Besser at the end of the game in Vancouver and the end of their road trip.
Yeah, the Penguins recalling Rucker McGroarty from Wilkes-Barre Scranton earlier this morning after dealing with some concussions. Here at the NHL level as Erik Karlsson works into the Blackhawks zone, but it's chipped away out to the neutral zone. Frank Nazar will take it, who makes his first appearance against the Penguins this year. The Hawks are offside with Connor Bedard and Nazar. A little over a minute gone in this hockey game. No score from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, this is the line right here. It's coming off the ice now, but Nazar, Bedard, and Teravainen, and they'll be the most dynamic line, no question. I know Bertuzzi's out there right now. He had a goal in the last time these teams met. He actually had a really good game. He probably could have had like 3 goals. He was all over it, and a feisty player that will give you problems.
And that lone goal he scored, a little bit of a fluke in the final 10th of a second to end the game, or I should say the final 0.9 seconds of the game. Penguins try to reset in the Hawks zone, but an outlet pass missed. Ryan Shea has to chase it down in the neutral zone. Quickly got it over to Malkin, but he's offside. Over a minute and a half gone in this game. No score, no shots on goal yet.
Out on the ice, Novak, Malkin, and Chinnikov. Been a revelation, this line, since getting put together. The chemistry. I think the play also of Tommy Novak can't be overlooked. Just the way he possesses the puck, carries it through the neutral zone, is able to gain access to the offensive zone. All 3 of these guys on 3-game point streaks.
I totally agree. And Novak starting that trend with probably his most impressive goal of the year in Calgary. Turning a really nice move on Dustin Wolf up in Canada. He's going with a quick backhand to flip it over the shoulder of Wolf. As the Hawks try to ring it around the boards in the Penguin zone, it goes off a Penguin skate all the way down to the Hawks end. Arvid Soderblom plays it to the near side. Pushed up ahead by Frank Nazar. Chris Letang will dump it right back down into the Hawks end, far corner. Artem Levshunov, second overall pick in the 2024 draft, sends it down into the Penguins' end as it tumbles down to the near corner. Caught a deflection as Letang will pump it out, no icing. This goes all the way down to the Hawks' end. This will be icing on the Pens. Over 2 minutes gone in this game. Still no score, no shots on goal.
A little stop and go right now. No real rhythm to the start of this game. Every line's got a chance out there right now. Get your feet wet, get into this game, get involved. Doesn't help when there's all these whistles, though.
Now, the Penguins didn't score in the first period in Vancouver. They thought they did, but the lone goal that they scored was overturned. But they did score the first 2 goals, or I should say the first 3 goals against the Canucks. So again, the Penguins scoring first has been huge for them, especially as of late. The Hawks are very good in that trend as well. 18-8-5 when they score first. Blackhawks also playing in a lot of one-goal games. They're 9-7-9.
Heartbreaker for them last game against Minnesota, up 3 goals. And ended up losing 4-3 in a shootout. So that one stung for them coming in here tonight.
The Minnesota goaltender Jesper Wallstedt really picked up his game. The Penguins try to regroup in the Hawks' end. Taken away by Chris Letang on the near side. He'll feed it up to Mantha in the neutral zone. Now up to Kindle. And now the Penguins are offside. Yeah, choppy start to this game, almost 3 minutes in.
Great play in the D zone by Chris Letang. The puck was kind of pinballing around. Rucker McGroarty with pressure on him down the wall right below us to the right of Shelov's. And Letang just grabbed that puck, good stick, and just swooped right out of there. He was gone.
Well, Ben Kindle hopefully riding some momentum after scoring twice in his hometown, as the Arm Dog mentioned, with around 190 people in attendance. Yeah, Connor Dewar just got taken down by Colton Dock.
He got body slammed.
Colton Dock, the younger brother of Kirby Dock in the Montreal Canadiens organization. The Blackhawks drafted Dock when Kirby was with their club. As Kaiser's got it, high slot, wrister coming. It's blocked by Achari. Kaiser takes the loose puck, brings it over to the far point. Shovels it down and behind the net for the Blackhawks captain of Nick Foligno. Will take it to the near side at the half wall. He swings it down to Ryan Donato, far corner. Look for a centering pass to Colton Dock. Couldn't connect. As Kaiser settles it down, slings it to Levshunov. Kaiser, a wrister, deflected in front. Shelovs keeps it out. Where's the puck?
I think it's inside of his pads. He was so lucky in getting back to the net.
He still can't find it.
It's in his pad. It's lodged in the inside of his pad. But it was a deflected puck on a shot from the point from Kaiser. And it looked like they got a stick on it, and it came back across Artie Shelov. So he was going to his right. The puck came back to his left, got wedged inside of his pads, and then he, out of a defense mechanism, kind of scrambled back into his net. And maybe could have almost put the puck in his own net. He had to be really careful there. Nothing coming of it. No review. Nothing happening. Be tough to prove that one went in when no one knew where it was.
Wow, yeah. The wrister gets blocked by Ricard Raquel. Penguins try to work it out of their zone. Carlson slings a pass looking for Crosby and missed him. It goes all the way down to the Hawks' end for icing. 3.5 minutes gone, no score here in Pittsburgh.
You're making it hard on us here, Joe. There's too many whistles.
I mean,
they're really slowing it down.
Hard for anyone to get any momentum right now.
We're going to get home by midnight tonight.
Crosby wins a draw against Jason Dickinson as Parker Wotherspoon pumps it around the boards. Racing it down is Ricard Raquel in the Hawks zone far corner. Takes it in behind the net up to the near side, defended by Alex Vlasic below the goal line, looking for a centering pass. He gets thrown down to the ice by Vlasic. He will shovel the puck out to the neutral zone. Bertuzzi finds it to Dickinson over the Penguins line, chipped it to Mikheyev at the near point. Down to Vlasic, high slot. He gets thrown off the puck by Raquel. Carlson over the Hawks line, near side, threads the needle to Brazeau. He tried to fire a pass, rather a shot, but couldn't. He was wrapped up by Louis Crevier. Loose puck in behind Soderblom's net. Pumped up to Raquel, acting as a defenseman almost. To the far point for Wotherspoon. He'll fork it down to the far corner. Brazeau gets in front of Crevier for the puck at the half wall, then gets wrapped up into the boards. Now Bertuzzi takes it away from Raquel. Crevier with it for Chicago will take it up to the neutral zone and chip it down to the Penguins end. Hawks will get a change, so will the Pens.
Just a little slow with puck movement in the offensive zone. That was a Crosby, Raquel, Brazeau line, just hanging on to it a little too long, which evaporates plays and defenders, gives them a chance to get over and check guys away from the puck. A little quicker.
Here comes the Malkin, Novak, Chinikov line. Loose puck to the far corner. Novak plays it off the boards, gets it in behind the net for Malkin. Went for a centering pass, but it was blocked by Wyatt Kaiser. Now still up around the near boards for Ryan Shea. He'll take it down to the corner. Malkin tried to bump it out, but it's taken by Teuvo Teravainen. He'll send it up ahead to Kaiser over the Penguins line, and the Hawks are offside. Just under 15 minutes to go in this first.
Yeah, just that crispness for the Penguins here early, right? A few days off. Come back after that road trip, spend the night in Vancouver, fly back the next day. Had a big casino night last night.
Yeah. 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago, excuse me.
Because it was practice Tuesday, off day yesterday, full morning skate today. But you're right, just kind of
managing those days off and getting back into it. Just the crispness and the quickness of passes that have missing the mark just a bit with the execution for the Penguins here early.
Hawks dump it back into the Penguin zone. Pump back the other way as Rucker McGroarty tries to connect to the far half wall. Hawks take it back, though. It's Bedard far corner. Defended by Solovyov, making his Penguins debut. He wraps up Bedard into the end boards. Helps the Penguins get the puck on the near side, but couldn't clear it out. Nazar gets it to Bedard in the slot. Rolls around at the point. Now walks the blue line. Slides it over to Kaiser above the near circle. Back skates to the high slot to the far point for Levshinov. Downstairs for Bedard below the goal line. Wrapped up again to the near wall. It's McGroarty playing defense on Bedard. Takes it below the goal line at the far side. Sweeps it up to Levshinov. He'll pump it back over to Teuvo Teravainen. Rink-wide pass trying to get Bedard. Back door. Couldn't connect. Kaiser's got a near circle wrister. Shilovs may have gotten a piece of it as McGroarty sends a shoulder into Kaiser. Penguins take it out of their zone. Now a saucer pass to Ben Kindle as Mantha chipped it up into the air. Kindle trying to shovel it down to Mantha. Near corner centering pass. Dewar couldn't connect. What a passing sequence that would have been for the Penguins. Instead, the Hawks come down into the Penguins' end, and we get a tripping penalty here on Ben Kindle.
A great shift by that top line of the Chicago Blackhawks. Bedard absolutely had that puck on a string.
2 minutes, hooking.
Just playing with McGroarty, just dragging him all over the ice. And then a beautiful aerial pass and almost got the Penguins and sent them in. All alone with Kindle and Mantha on a 2-on-1, and they just couldn't quite execute. And then on the back check, Kindle with a little hook.
The Penguins with their 6th best penalty kill will be on display when we come back. No score early in this first on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com or an office near you.
Proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Office is Pittsburgh.
This Pittsburgh Penguins moment is brought to you by the officers, members, and families of Local Union Number 5 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Our members have lived and worked in the region since 1897, providing all of the electrical and telecommunications needs of commercial, industrial, and residential customers. We offer a state-of-the-art training center that is second to none and internationally recognized. Local Union Number 5 of the IBW will be here to stand by you for all of your electrical installation needs today and well into the future. Our members show their hometown pride supporting the Pittsburgh Penguins.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
Well, the numbers are working in the Penguins' favor. Their 6th best penalty kill in the NHL is killed off 24 of the last 25. The Blackhawks have not scored a power play goal in their last 8 games. That's 0 for their last 22. Well, the Penguins shorthanded for the next 2 minutes. Just under 14 minutes to go in this first period. We're scoreless. Face off at the near right circle. The Penguins won it, but the Hawks swing it around the boards to Oliver Moore at the point, down to Bertuzzi. Now to Teravainen at the far circle. Up to Moore at the far point. Levshunov, high slot. Moore again above the circle. Now to Levshunov. To Bedard above the near circle in the slot. Stops on a dime, retreats. To the near corner for Bertuzzi. Here he and Bedard play catch. Bedard above the near circle now, slowly. Downstairs to Bertuzzi at the goal line. Back up to Bedard at the half wall. Middle of the circle, of the slot, a wrister, it got blocked, it took out Chris Letang. Penguins trying to crank it out of their zone, they finally do.
Bedard can absolutely fire the puck, and with that shoulder injury, just wondering, just one goal since he's been back, wondering if he can get everything on it. Chris Letang felt every part of that puck.
Hawks back into the Penguins zone, a little bit awkwardly, but Bertuzzi will still swing it around the boards. Raquel first to get there, cleared it up, but not out. Coughed it up to Levshunov, to Bertuzzi, over to the far half boards for Oliver Moore. Takes it up to the point, rink-wide pass Bedard above the near circle, dangles with the puck, now downstairs to Bertuzzi at the goal line, centering pass looking for Teravainen, and Carlson broke that up. Bertuzzi now up to Levshunov in the high slot to Bedard, thought about a one-timer, didn't quite get the pass, brings it over to the far circle now, down to the hash marks at the goal line, flipped it up to Teravainen. Centering pass, deflected in front, a swat from Bertuzzi, patted out of there by Shilovs. Penguins trying to grab hold of the puck now in the near corner, it's chipped up but not out. Kept alive by Levshunov, and Blake Lizotte couldn't get it. Bedard will try to sling a pass to Bertuzzi under 30 seconds to go on this Penguins PK. Hawks still with the puck in the Penguins zone. Crashing the net as Teravainen throws one towards the net. Saved by Shilovs. Loose puck sitting in the circle. Bedard's got it. Couldn't fire off a shot quick enough. It was blocked. To the far circle. Bedard one-timer. Shilovs got a glove on it.
Wow, Shilovs no stick. In desperation after action all around. A one-timer from Bedard. Just huge desperation glove save.
Down to 5 seconds on the Penguins PK to the far point. Wotherspoon wraps up Moore, takes the puck. Raquel swats it up and into the Blackhawks bench. But Kindle comes out of the box, and the Penguins kill off the first penalty of the night. And some desperation from their goaltender. Some huge stops from Artur Shilovs.
Insane, especially with Bertuzzi down in and around the net. He can be so ratty and good in that area. Leads their team in power play goals with 9, and they got some pucks down in there. He was hacking and whacking away. He's his hair all over the place. Is Bertuzzi. I like his game. He's a good player. And there's that save. I don't know. Did I hit the crossbar? I'm just looking at the replay here. It looked like he might have got a glove on it, but it might have got a piece and then it hit the crossbar with that shot from Bedard. Nonetheless, Shilovs with a heck of a sequence keeping the puck out of his net.
So we're still scoreless, 11:30 to go in this first. Penguins now back in the Hawks zone. Crosby down to the near corner, stops at the goal line, flips it up to Shea above the circle. Wrister shoulder save as Crosby got it over to Brazeau, tried to tap it back over to Mantha but couldn't connect. Now down to the near corner for Brazeau, sweeps it around the end boards. Crosby trying to spin move off of Alex Vlasic. Got it to Brazeau, who will pump it around the boards. Cut off by Teuvo Teravainen over at the far side. That was actually Mikheyev. Now up ahead of the neutral zone, Ryan Shea steals it away. Penguins regroup here with 11 minutes to go in the first. No score.
Twin Towers, Mantha and Brazeau off of that penalty kill, getting those guys some ice time, getting them a shift in, letting them go to work along the wall in the offensive zone.
Penguins are still looking for their first shot on goal tonight. They sweep it up to the point for Letang. He had to race it down in the high slot. Got it to Kulak at the half wall. Down to the corner now. And behind the net for Novak. Flipped it up, looking for Chinikov. Couldn't connect. Stripped away by Nazar. He'll gallop it to the neutral zone. Over the Penguins line. Right down the middle. Flips it over to Ryan Green. Now snapped over to Murphy. He scores. Connor Murphy, the veteran defenseman, with a wrister from the high slot, picks up his third goal of the season. And the Chicago Blackhawks strike first. Almost halfway through this first period. It's 1-0 Chicago.
Just a centering pass by Tommy Novak to Chinikov that's picked off, and the Blackhawks jump up ice with 4 guys in and across the line, kick it wide on entry, and it's Connor Murphy, the veteran defenseman. It's been rumored in some trade rumors of late as well. Pops up right down the middle of the ice. They find him all alone up top. It looked like Shilovs may have got bumped maybe by his own player and defender in and around the net. Kind of backed all the way into him. And nonetheless, Murphy with a laser beam, top corner over the glove of Shilovs, 1-0 lead Chicago.
It was Chris Letang, you're right, Army. The Penguins trailing with 10:15 to go in this first. Hawks are back in the Penguin zone. It's Donato near circle, slowed down at the corner, flips it up to the point for Grzelcyk. Rink wide pass to Murphy, throws one towards the net and pinballed out of there by Artur Shilovs at the right pad.
That one just got through a bunch of layers of traffic, and Shilov just kicked his leg out like a pinball paddle, like you said. Pinball wizard.
Ever since he was a young boy. As Colton Dock takes it over the Penguins line near side, tried to flip it up to Levchinov. He was wrapped up by Ryan Shea. We've got 9:45 to go in this first. The Penguins trail 1-0. They still are looking for their first shot on goal. Headman pass looking for Justin Brazeau. Out of his reach, though, goes all the way down to the Hawks' end. Played off to the near corner, out of Ricard Raquel's reach to the far side. Mikheyev then crunched into the boards by Raquel. Swung along the far wall by Oliver Moore. He'll hustle it up to the neutral zone, try to flip it back, but Crosby steals it away, gets it to Raquel. Now up ahead to Brazeau. He's in the Hawks' zone near circle. Wristed one just over the net. Hawks slow it down at the far point. Flip it back over to Louis Crevier. Actually right on net. That Arvid Soderblom sweeps over to the far side. Penguins will get a change with 9 minutes to go in this first. It's 1-0 Chicago. The official in front of the Penguins bench slowed things down as Nola Chari chipped it over to Blake Lizotte, far half wall. Pulls up, swings it down to the far corner. Dewar trying to play it off the boards. Takes it up to the circle. Swings it around the wall again to the near side for Nola Chari. Cut off by Tyler Bertuzzi. And the near corner rolls over to Alex Vlasic. He gets stripped down. Shot on net by Achari. Here's Dewar kicking the puck. He fires and scores! The resilient fourth line strikes when needed most. Connor Dewar puts the Penguins on the board to tie this game up at 1.
Just grit. Just ugliness. This line will not be denied. It's just a loose puck that kicks out into the front of the net with bodies there. These guys just crash the blue paint. Dewar shoots out from behind the net, between bodies, somehow finds it, and then just kind of curls his wrists over, spinning, firing it at the net. And Soderblom did not move, did not see it. This is a gritty goal by that fourth line as Dewar gets the Penguins on the board.
The Hawks bench is pretty livid. I think they wanted a tripping call on Blake Lizotte, who took down Alex Vlasic in the corner right before that goal was scored. Now Igor Chinikov accelerating it in the Hawks zone, centering pass, tapped on net, but a save by Arvid Soderblom.
Well, I think Chinikov was winding up that big shot. Everyone kind of, you could feel it in the arena, was waiting to get his shot off. Got a piece of it and went right to Tommy Novak as he tried to chip one on net, and now Tommy Novak in the neutral zone just got his stick tied up in Frankie Nazar's feet, and they'll take another penalty.
The Penguins shorthanded when we come back, but it's all tied up at 1 with 8 minutes to go in the first period on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
It's Mad Dog Unleashed with Christopher Mad Dog Russo.
Good afternoon, everybody!
Hear the passion.
Be aggressive. Get something done.
Hear the knowledge.
The game, folks, is about two plays. And that's what it comes down to.
Hear the personality.
I'm going to start here in an angry mood.
Get somebody on the radio!
That has made him a sports talk legend.
Does that make any sense to you? Drives you crazy.
It's Mad Dog Unleashed with Christopher Russo. Weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82, or anytime on the Sirius XM app.
Under review. And stop making excuses for bad goaltending. And is it bad? Is it horrendous? If you don't win because you don't make a save or two, yeah. The nature of it is the goaltender is responsible for 90% of the action. He's got to stop the puck. Why do we keep making apologies for goaltending? Stop it.
Under review with Mick Kern. 11 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app. NHL Morning Skate.
Former National Hockey League head coach and Team Canada assistant Pete DeBoer.
Game 7s, you got unmatched success.
I think as a coach, just set the table for your players that the plan they have will result in a win. You know, there's a relaxation to the preparation, I guess, is probably the best part of it.
NHL Morning Skate. Weekdays at 7 a.m. Eastern with Gord Stellick and Scott Laughlin. NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Edge.
We've We've got a 1-1 tie here at PPG Paints Arena. Under 8 minutes to go in the first period. And the Penguins are shorthanded once again. They're 1 for 1 on the penalty kill, but the Blackhawks did not make it easy earlier in this game.
All kinds of puck movement, traffic in and around the net. Shelov's had to be really good on the last power play by the Blackhawks. And I see him out there. Bertuzzi. He'll be in and around the net. Just a problem out there is Tyler Bertuzzi.
As Army mentioned earlier, leading the team with 9 power play goals this year. As the Penguins are able to clear it down into the Hawks' end. We're tied at 1 with 7:45 to go in this first period. Penguins shorthanded once again. Teuvo Teravainen collects in the Hawks' end, takes it up to center ice over the Penguins logo, flips it over to the far side. The official slowed it down. That helped out the Pens as Nola Chari will chip it down to the Hawks' end. Taken by Artem Levshinov. Gets it over to Tyler Bertuzzi, who flips it back to Teuvo Teravainen. Through the legs for Bedard. He's over the Penguins line as Teravainen lost his footing. He was offside. Bedard had to retreat. Forks it down to the Penguins end near corner. Wotherspoon plays it off the board. Sends it ahead to Raquel. And now it's shoveled out by Blake Lizotte. Another good clear by the Penguins. Penalty kill. 65 seconds to go. 7 minutes left in this first period. A 1-1 tie. Drop back for Frank Nazar, who gains speed in the neutral zone. Over the Penguins line. Far side. Chips it down to the corner. Plays it below the line. A hard crash into the boards by Ilya Solovyov.
Solovyov with a good tie-up down low as well a few shifts ago, just closing. And he's a big frame kid, isn't he? He looks thick, pretty sturdy. Obviously not afraid to throw the body around as well.
Only like the second or third time I had to call his name. Of course, it was a moment like that, but yeah, just laying into Frank Nazar along the end boards. This one goes out of play. 33 seconds to go on the Penguins penalty kill. We're tied at 1.
He closed on him. The Penguins done a good job on this kill as well at getting back to business, making it difficult on entries and good pressures in zone, and then getting full clears as well. A little cherry on top with Solovyov with a massive hit.
Now Solovyov gets taken down underneath from Burakovsky. Hawks ring it around the boards to Grzelcyk in the high slot. Now over to Nazar, far circle at the half wall. Back up to Grzelcyk. Back to Nazar in the slot. Down to the circle for Colton Dach. Nazar one-timer saved by Shelovs. Out of the top left part of his crease. Stopped it with his shoulder and then maybe caught the ricochet. 12 seconds to go on the Penguins PK. A 1-1 tie with about 6 minutes left in this first.
Yeah, Solovyov looked to have a clear and then got taken out. He took everybody out, and that allowed a loose puck to be won by the Blackhawks here on the power play. Donato at the net front on that shot from long range, and no rebound, nothing. Shelov's very sticky on that play. It sticks right to him.
Big reason why the Penguins' goaltending has been so dominant as of late is Grzelcyk rips a wrister. It's blocked by Blake Lizotte. Kindle helps muscle it out to the neutral zone. Lizotte takes it over the Hawks line, chips it down to the corner. Grzelcyk will collect, but out of the box comes Tommy Novak. Penguins 2 for 2 on the PK so far tonight. 5:50 to go in this first. Penguins and Hawks tied up at 1. As Blake Lizotte gets rattled around. Now Nazar throwing some jabs in front of the Penguins bench. Brazeau's got the puck, but they'll blow the whistle to try to settle things down.
Brazeau's on a breakaway.
No. It was Kindle and Nazar tied up in front of the Penguins bench.
Kindle looks like he's getting brought across to sit down with Frankie Nazar, who's got a kind of a...
Chicago 91, Pittsburgh 81, 2 minutes each roughing.
Roughing penalties for both those guys. Both kind of slight, smaller guys. Nazar with that face shield coming back from a broken jaw. Imagine didn't like getting roughed up with that thing on.
We'll go to another break. When we come back, it'll be 4-on-4 hockey. A 1-1 tie with 5:43 to go in this first. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
This is Labatt, brewed for the hockey fans who yell, shoot it from the cheap seats, and scream, ref, you suck, like it ever worked. You pound on the glass, spill your beer, and still act like you're running the power play. But hockey wouldn't be hockey without fans like you and a Labatt in hand. Labatt, we're brewed for the roast. Enjoy responsibly. Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York.
The Saloon of Mount Lebanon has $4 16-ounce Labatt Blue drafts during all Pens games.
As the official professional products partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Kimberly-Clark Professionals deliver trusted brands like Scott, Kleenex, and Wipe-All to deliver game-ready hygiene solutions that keep facilities clean, efficient, and prepared for action. Learn more at kcprofessional.com.
Protecting your assets should not be. When it comes to insurance, employee benefits, or surety bonding, rely on the industry experts at SCOREBOARD to help you minimize risk, maximize potential, and improve your bottom line. SCOREBOARD, an official partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Hey, Pens fans, ready to get in the game? With over 100 games to choose from, it's time to play to win with the PA Lottery. Visit PALottery.com or download the app today. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
That's the Arm Dog, Colby Armstrong. I'm Joe Brand. It's a 1-1 tie with 5.5 to play in the first period. The Pens and the Hawks will skate 4-on-4 for the next minute and 50 seconds as Chris Letang takes it into the Hawks zone, stops in a dime at the near half wall, brings it up to the point. Defended by Alex Vlasic, will chip it down to the corner, knocked out of midair by Mikheyev, but still threaded over to Crosby, got it up to Raquel, far circle, will curl around at the point and shovel it to Kulak. Outlet pass, missed everyone, had to go out to the neutral zone for Raquel. He'll back skate it into his own end as the Penguins regroup here. Connor Murphy started the scoring, and then Connor Dewar tied things up for the Pens. This will be icing by the Penguins with 5:03 to go in this first, a 1-1 tie.
A little more room out there right now, 4-on-4. Shots 6-3 for the Chicago Blackhawks. Penguins scoring on their second shot of the period. Took them 11 minutes and 20 seconds just to get one. Coincided directly almost with that goal from Connor Dewar. His 12th of the season.
The Blackhawks are being outscored in the first period, 42-37 coming into this game. They had an advantage in the first period the last time these two teams met. That was December 28th. So the Hawks have been getting off to some rough starts, but again, they just recently got both Connor Bedard and Frank Nazar back. The Hawks win the draw on the Penguins zone to the far half wall. It's cranked over to the near side. Laid up to the point, raced down by Connor Bedard. He'll slow things down to the neutral zone for the Hawks. Take it over the Penguins logo, now over the Penguins line, cutting through far circle, whiffed on the shot. Kulak defending him. Puck goes over to the corner as Chris Letang will take it away. Slides it up to Ricard Raquel in front of Artur Shilov's net. Now Letang takes it in behind, gets it to Kulak. Penguins re-rack with 50 seconds to go, a 4-on-4 hockey. 4.5 to play in this first, a 1-1 tie. Shoveled ahead to Tommy Novak. He gets to Kulak, who lost his footing at the near point. Malkin will take it, but retreats back to the neutral zone to reset things for the Pens once again. Now Malkin just curling around above the Penguins logo around Tyler Bertuzzi. Headed over to Novak. Got crunched into the boards by Oliver Moore. Malkin kicks it over to Parker Wotherspoon. High slot to Carlson near circle. Tries to cut around. Backhand pass over for Novak. A little out of his reach. Got to settle it down to the corner as he gets wrapped up by Artem Levchinov.
Brilliant vision from Carlson on that play. He's kind of dangling, but almost standing still. Then a quick snap backhand pass. Another penalty coming up here.
Another tripping penalty. This one's on Malkin.
Gino not happy with this one.
Pittsburgh 971 non-play tripping. Chicago 44. 2 minutes embellishment.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Yeah, that was embellishment. I just saw the replay. Gino didn't do anything. The stick was kind of there, but this Kaiser just did a belly flop out of nowhere.
His stick was there. It was in between his legs.
It didn't look like much, though. It didn't look like what it should have made him do. Gino and him were just in a battle.
You know, you're absolutely right.
perfect call by the ref. I mean, this is where I get confused with this, though. Is it tripping?
Right.
Or is it embellishment?
Right.
Like,
how can it be one and then the other?
This is what they do.
Like, you did this, but he's wrong. But you're right. It just kind of taps the inside of his leg, and once Kaiser feels that, he just decides to go down. So now Crosby to take the draw against Dickinson to the left of Arvid Soderblom. Hawks win it. Both Kindle and Nazar standing up in the boxes. Now they're both out. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. The Hawks take it into the Penguin zone. Down to the corner, it's Alex Vlasic. Pulled off the puck by Erik Karlsson. He got it ahead to Parker Wotherspoon. 3.5 minutes to play in this first period. A 1-1 tie. Here's Brazeau on the Hawks end. Centering pass to Wotherspoon. Couldn't connect, but he tries to steal the puck back in the corner. Ricard Raquel taps it up along the wall, but Nazar coughed it up to Brazeau, to Crosby in the near corner. Up top to Wotherspoon. Unloads. Deflected. Saved in front by Soderblom. Crosby's got it behind the net. He goes for another backhanded shot that tried to pinball in behind Soderblom, but it's taken away by Nazar. He's off to the races in the Penguin zone. Has to settle it down to the corner. The puck was a little bit too far out of his reach. Tries to keep it along the boards as it's shoveled in behind the net to Erik Karlsson. Under 3 minutes to play in this first. We're tied at 1. Karlsson taking his time now as both teams get a change. Karlsson saucers it up ahead to Mantha. He'll retreat. Penguins still sitting on 3 shots on goal. As Army mentioned, they scored on their second. Their third was right after. McGroarty, a blast saved by Soderblom. Now backhand shot, and Soderblom eats that one up on the attempt from Anthony Mantha as well. Just a loose puck in the crease that McGroarty teed up, but Soderblom all over it. Still tied at 1 with 2.5 to play. By the way, fans, when America needs a power play, EQT delivers, fueling freedom, strengthening allies, and unleashing U.S. LNG from right here in Pittsburgh.
A good chance in and around the net off a shot and a rebound. Mantha able to get to it with that rebound. The second one, and Soderblom just swallowed it up. Didn't get quite the accuracy I think he wanted, just directed at the net.
Like to see that from McGroarty, though.
Absolutely.
He's not holding anything back.
Back in the mix last game, January 3rd at Detroit for Rutger McGroarty. Hurt in practice after that.
He just won the draw. Shea, a wrister in and out of the glove of Soderblom. Kindle tied up with Murphy in the near circle, and the Hawks will take it away. Ryan Green now trying to send a saucer pass up ahead to Burakovsky. It's pulled off the far boards by Solovyov. Chipped over to the point, but Green takes it away for the Hawks in the slot. He cuts through, fires, saved by Shilovs. Second attempt trying to take Shilovs out of his net. He caught the backside of the Penguins goaltender, but couldn't get the redirection. Now Soderblom plays it up ahead.
Worked his way off the wall right to the middle, and Shilovs had to make 2 saves there. One was from behind the net, making sure it didn't bank in off him.
Very Sid-like move there from Ryan Green. Didn't get the first attempt, but still kept the awareness to try to get a second. Hawks are back in the Penguin zone. Teravainen, a wrister, and a save by Shilovs. Stopped it with his upper body and then pounced on the rebound. 1:39 to go in this first. We're still tied at 1.
Kaiser and Malkin now out of the box after that whistle. So that was a shot by Teravainen that was off the speed of Connor Bedard. Took it through the neutral zone, attacking that blue line, kicked it outside to him, but pushed everyone back, which allowed Teravainen to take that ice. Took about 25 more feet of ice and got into a pretty good shooting position.
Penguins win the draw. Letang is able to clear it out of the Penguins zone, but it's taken back by Wyatt Kaiser. He'll feed Bedard in between the penalty boxes. Got it to Teravainen as Dewar was tied up with Artem Levshinov. Little chippiness going on in this first period. 1:20 to go in the first. Tied up at 1. Penguins can't clear it. Kaiser keeps it alive. High slot. Back skates to the point. Fires it on net. An easy line drive right into the glove of Artur Shilovs. Keep it tied up at 1 with 1:13 to play in this first.
And Chris Letang just trying to get that puck out. Kept in by Kaiser, who walked all the way across the blue line towards the Penguins bench. And then in front of the net, Solovyov, just a big body on Nazar, just boxing out. No traffic, no ability to get to that puck and deflect it and make it difficult for Shilovs.
Solovyov making his Penguins debut. Yeah, threw that hard hit on Frank Nazar earlier today. Solovyov Acquired in a trade with the Colorado Avalanche, formerly with the Calgary Flames as well. We're under a minute in this first period. Quick shot on net for the far half wall. Went wide of the net, though. Vlasic taps it deep. It's taken by Carlson on the near side. He chips it up ahead to Blake Lizotte, who carries it through the neutral zone. Taps it over the Hawks line to the far side. Sonderblom slows it down with his stick. 40 seconds to go in the first. Jason Dickinson takes it to the neutral zone. Rink-wide pass. Racing after it is Mikheyev. Stops on a dime below the goal line. Couldn't get it around Wotherspoon, though. He'll shovel it up to Malkin. Will wait, thread the needle looking for Chinikov into the Hawks zone. He'll have to race it down along the end boards. Couldn't get to it. Murphy does first. Chips it up along the near boards. Crosby couldn't handle it. Bertuzzi's got it. 18 seconds to go in the first. They'll tap it down to the Penguins' end. Raced after by Carlson in the near corner. 12 seconds to go in this first. He slides it over to Ryan Shea. Up to Malkin in the neutral zone. 5 seconds to go. Broken off. Crosby's got it. This will wrap up the first period. So the Blackhawks strike first. But Connor Dewar evens things up. He's got a new career high with 12 goals on the season. And it's a 1-1 tie through 20.
That? I think I butchered that in Seattle. I thought he got a career high.
He tied the career high in Seattle.
He tied the career high. I know I butchered that on the call. It was a shared team thing on the stat thing, and I didn't pick up the other one. Congratulations to Connor Dewar, having an unbelievable year on a really successful line here for the Penguins. Well, Joe, 11 minutes and 20 seconds it took to get their first shot. It wasn't as smooth, maybe to be expected, but giving up the first goal, then finding a way to battle back once again. Connor Dewar, that fourth line, meat and potatoes, kind of ugly style goal. Got one out on a hard shift in front, and Connor Dewar rewarded by picking up a rebound there. Just hard work by them. I think there's more for the Pens there in this game. Get going, execute a little bit smoother, a little bit better. Shilov's a pretty good period, though, nonetheless. A couple power play attempts for Chicago made it difficult, but some room to grow here through the next 40 minutes for this Penguins team.
Yeah, right now it's 9 saves for Artur Shilovs, but the fourth line getting it done again. Hopefully the Penguins have shaken off all their rust in the opening 20 minutes. Brian Metzer just popped into the booth. He'll have the second, make it the first intermission report for us as the Pens and Hawks are tied up at 1. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Want to rack up some points? Join number 1 Cochrane Club 1 Rewards and turn your vehicle into a scoring machine. You'll earn points with every dollar spent on service and can redeem points for dollars off a new vehicle or future service. Plus, save on gas and rental cars with our valuable partner perks. Score your free membership now at club1rewards.cochrane.com. Number 1 Cochrane, official auto group of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
It takes real beer to quench real thirst, to give you real satisfaction. Iron City Beer is the perfect result of the skill and knowledge developed through 164 years in the business. Go on, grab one.
Head over to PPG Paints Arena February 2nd for the Black History Game. All fans in the building receive a rally towel presented by CNX. Little give and go. Malkin, one-timer, he scores! Welcome back, Gino! A power play goal, and the Penguins get that 3-goal lead.
What kind of shot was it, Joe?
One-timer.
It was a one-timer. And was it ever a one-timer? Oh, my goodness.
It's our global great send-off, so get your tickets today at PittsburghPenguins.com.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
Keeping your home warm in the winter and cold in the summer, Mitsubishi Electric is a top manufacturer of heating and air conditioner products. And they're hiring. To elevate your career in engineering, project management, product assembly, and more, visit meppi.com/careers.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
And welcome into our first intermission report where the Penguins and Blackhawks are tied at 1 after one period of play here at PPG Paints Arena. Brian Metzer here with you, and it was a very low event early part of the first period. I would say it was 8 minutes in, and it was essentially one shot on goal. The Blackhawks got themselves a power play opportunity with Ben Kindle going to the box for hooking at 6:11, and they got some quality chances there, and Shilos was up to the task on pretty much all of those. Unfortunately, he would give up a goal shortly later when Connor Murphy would score his third of the season from Green and Nazar at 9:32. Penguins would quickly answer at 11:24. Connor Dewar getting his 12th of the season from Achari and Lizotte. Interesting, when you look at this, Blake Lizotte looked like he pulled the Hawks defenseman Vlasic down, or at least tripped him, but no call. They end up getting the goal with some hard work in front. Then there were a number of penalties back and forth as Nazar and Kindle went to the box with coincidental minors for roughing at 14-17, and then Gino and Kaiser went for... at 16-10, Gino went for tripping and Kaiser went for embellishment. Should mention that Novak went for tripping in the middle of all of that at 12:03, and the Hawks weren't able to get anything going on that one. Shots on goal ended up being in the period 10-7 in favor of the Blackhawks, but the score again is tied at 1 after 1 here in Pittsburgh. When we come back, we will be talking some pucks with Seth Warbaugh from Trib Live. You'll hear him next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Pittsburgh Penguins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Penguins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Penguins.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
So, who's up for dessert?
Ah, tempting, but I should check my balance first.
Don't worry, I got it.
No, all good. Dessert's on me.
Ever hesitate before making a purchase? What if you could always know? You can with S&T's mobile banking. Check your balance, pay friends on the spot, track your spending anytime, anywhere, all from your phone. Visit stbank.com to learn more and download our mobile app today. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Coca-Cola and the new Coke Zero, founding partner of the Penguins. Now, back to the Penguins Live Intermission Report with Brian Metzer.
Penguins and Hawks tied at 1 after one period of play here in Pittsburgh. Brian Metzer back here with you, and now joined by our good buddy Seth Warbaugh from Trib Live. Seth, welcome back. How are you?
Very well. Yourself?
Very good. Are you navigating the world of Pittsburgh okay? It's a lot of snow yet.
Took my dog sled in today, and they got me through, so thankfully to them.
Change your name to Nanook, because you're going to be doing a lot of that stuff. And when Seth says he took the dog sled out today, he's probably not even kidding, because I wouldn't be shocked if you were able to do that. But on to this game and the Penguins in general, your thoughts on the 4-game road trip that was as perfect as one could be, I would say.
I'd say it was pretty representative of how their seasons unfolded in that they had a lot of contributors. I mean, they've had a lot of guys this season play the best hockey they ever played in the NHL. And that's, Connor Dewar. Just now career high 12 goals here. Justin Brazeau's playing the best hockey he's ever played. Parker Wotherspoon, the best hockey he's ever played. Ben Kindle, best hockey he's ever played, but it's the first time he's ever played NHL hockey. But You have Anthony Mantha coming back on a successful rebound off his knee injury from last year. Obviously, you have reliables like Sidney Crosby and Brian Rust doing what they do. Evgeny Malkin's having a resurgent winter to his career here. So the road trip, I think, was a pretty good representation of how their season's unfolded, in that just a little bit of everyone's kind of contributing here right now.
Yeah, it seems like, there's like 26 different guys who've scored goals, at least 30 with points on the season. You don't often see that. And when you mentioned that fourth line, curious for your take on those guys, because, as you just said, career high for Dewar in goals, but it's over 20 goals as a group. They're over 40 points as a unit. Not many fourth lines do that.
No. Some injuries have derailed things here and there, but they've been together most of the season. And they're kind of three peas on a pod. I mean, they just play a lot similarly to each other, complement each other pretty well, and they seem to just know where each other is. I mean, you saw some of the passing on that play. It wasn't just them getting dirty on the boards there. It was some precision passing there that at least led to the initial shot by Noah Chari there, and then just some determined efforts by Blake Lizotte to create the turnover. Maybe got a bit away with a penalty there, perhaps, but then Connor Dewar follows up with a determined effort on the rebound. So just three guys that know their role, and they kind of know each other pretty well.
What's interesting to me is we knew all of those guys kind of brought that style to the table, but individually, it's almost like, the way Hal Gill and Rob Scuderi used to be. Individually, maybe not quite as good as they were as a group, and it seems like those three, sometimes they're just a guy on another team, the way Lizotte was in L.A., but here, he's a heart and soul guy and a huge contributing factor to that line, and it's like a Voltron situation.
Yeah. We'll discuss Voltron later. I have some thoughts there as well, but no, I mean, I look at a guy like Connor Dewar. I mean, there was, when he came here, we didn't really know much about him. Yeah. It was kind of like okay, we'll see where this trade goes when Kyle Dubas made it at the trade deadline, and he played okay in some segments last year, but he's really kind of taken a huge step forward within the greater context of that line there. And the thing that really says a lot to me about them is that, Dan Muse really hasn't broken them up when other injuries or absences, such as Brian Russ's case tonight, have cropped up in the lineup. He's not plucking, like, say, Connor Dewar and stick him on the first line or what have you. So they're really playing well together, and the fact that Dan Muse really hasn't broken them up to fill in other goals in the lineup, I think, says a lot.
Yeah, I would agree with you there, Seth. We only have about 30 seconds, but you mentioned Brad Zoe earlier. Gets the bump to the top line at least a little bit here tonight. I think that's a nice reward for a guy like that based on what he's done.
Yeah, I mean, he's when he first came here, I just thought, okay, this is a big guy, maybe add some size or grit down the fourth line, and he certainly has added that in the top 6 capacity, top 9 capacity, but he's really, I think, dazzled or surprised with some of the skill or elegance to his game, if you will. There's some moves. Maybe they're restricted near the net, but I mean, there's some really fanciful moves around the net that's surprising for a guy his size. So.
It reminded me of the old Looney Tunes elephant that was the ballerina, because he is that slick and nimble in the way he does everything. It's really cool to see. But this was very cool as well. Thank you for your time, Seth.
Anytime, Brian.
That is Seth Warbaugh. Go check his workout over at Trib Live after this one. Wonderful job covering this team. When we come back, we'll get you caught up on some news from around the league on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/lifechanging.
Kimberly-Clark Professional is proud to be a champion sustainability partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Together, they are driving change to help reduce impact through a commitment to sustainable products and services. Learn more at kcprofessional.com/sustainability.
Get ready for the ultimate Elton John experience when the Rocket Man Show, starring Russ Anderson, takes the stage at Rivers Casino. Live from the Event Center on Thursday, February 12th. Chosen by Elton himself. Sing along to classics such as Tiny Dancer, Rocket Man, Candle in the Wind, and so many more. Head to riverscasino.com for tickets and join us for a night of greatest hits, gorgeous costumes, and fierce piano playing.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. What the heck could it be?
It's your head coach.
Who is that?
That's Dan Muse.
Oh, my goodness.
Hungry.
He is hungry.
Get a winning hockey team.
So I'm at 4 o'clock in the morning. He's at 4 o'clock in the morning? You know what it says?
Blood going?
You know what it says to me,
What's
Phil?
that say to you?
It says 1, 2, 3. Yeah!
What Richard and Phil are really trying to say is, your perfect Ford is already waiting. With over 1,500 vehicles in stock, from tough F-150s to family-friendly SUVs, there's a Ford in your future, and you can find it right now at Schultz Ford. Tender Care Learning Centers, the early education professionals, has been providing quality child care and preschool education for over 40 years. To find one of our 20 convenient locations near you, visit tendercarelc.org. Tender Care Learning Centers is the child care provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh's entertainment destination. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, back to the Penguins Live Intermission Report with Brian Metzer.
Penguins and Hawks tied at 1 after one period of play in Pittsburgh. Brian Metzer back here with you and taking a look around the league at a couple of news and notes. We all know that the Rangers, who will be here Saturday with Mike Sullivan as part of a game against the Penguins, but also a recognition of their 2016 Stanley Cup winning team. It's a 10-year anniversary already. But Artemi Panarin will not be in the lineup for the Rangers tonight, and I assume, unless something goes down before then, he won't play again because he's out for roster management reasons. Lots of talk about him being on the move, and we'll be curious to see if he is still a member of the New York Rangers when they arrive here in Pittsburgh. And I'm sure Sully and company will get a warm reception as they do celebrate that 2016 Stanley Cup. When you look a little bit more at this hockey game, we talked about what had gone into it so far. Penguins were 50% in the face-off circle, going 11-11 on the draws. It was on the Penguins side of it. It was Sid kind of leading the way there. Their best face-off man was Noel Acciari, went 3-1. Everybody else was kind of in the middle there. You had Blake Lizotte at 50% going 2-2. Sid was 3-4, winning 43% of his draws, and I expect that to improve as he moves through the night. The 12 shots on goal for the Blackhawks were either wide and or blocked, so not a ton of shot attempts with the low event hockey we talked about. When we come back, Joe Brand and Colby Armstrong with second period action on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Sirius XM Super Bowl 60 Radio brings you closer to the biggest event of the year. As the stars of the sports and entertainment worlds converge in San Francisco, we'll be covering it all.
Superstar Kenny Chesney. I would do anything to play this game.
And it's the only place to hear the game plus the Apple Music halftime show starring Bad Bunny. Your ticket to everything happening in the Bay Area is Super Bowl 60 Radio. Coverage kicks off Monday at 1 Eastern on Channel 79 in the car and on the Sirius XM app. The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
If you're 500 right now, you must play over 600 hockey. How many of these 600 teams are sustainable? At the very end of the day, playing musical chairs, there's only going to be a few spots and way too many buts. And the teams that lose will make but. And I think for some teams, the math is already not on their side.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Experience the pinnacle of club soccer in the UEFA Champions League on Sirius XM FC. This is the place where legends are born.
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Dynasties are built.
Real Madrid do what they do best.
And history is made.
It is a night to remember for Paris Saint-Germain.
Hear the top Champions League matches all season long on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
MLS, NWSL, the USL, and more covering the beautiful game here at home. American soccer lives on Sirius XM FC 157.
Perfect fit.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Centers. Hockey comes alive. Only Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
The Penguins and Chicago Blackhawks are tied up at 1 through 20. Ready for the second period here at PPG Paints Arena. They've altered the shots on goal. Hawks are now leading that category 9-8, but as we had mentioned, it took the Penguins 11 minutes and 20 seconds to find their first shot on goal. They were able to find their first goal of the night. on their second attempt. Connor Dewar's 12th of the season, a new career high.
Dewar 4 goals in his last 7 games, Joe. Kind of filling the net. Noel Acciari and Lizotte with assists on that goal. 5 games without a point for Acciari. Lizotte 3 games without a point.
It was that fourth line that actually started this game. And now Sidney Crosby's line will take the opening draw to begin the second period. It's brought to you by number 1 Cochrane, Club 1 Rewards. Penguins now attacking from right to left in their alternate gold sweaters, with Artur Shilov's in net. The Chicago Blackhawks attacking from left to right in their road white sweaters. Arvid Soderblom in net for the Hawks. Penguins are over the Hawks line. It's Raquel with a wrister. It got deflected. Loose puck. Where is it? It's on the near side. It's taken by Frank Nazar. He'll sweep it rink wide. It goes all the way down to the Penguins' end. That'll be icing. Not even 1 minute into this second period, a 1-1 tie.
And the Penguins 11 minutes and 20 seconds without a shot last period, and Connor Dewar's goal at 11:24. So bang, bang, second shot on goal is when they struck. Took them a while to get the engines warmed up. Let's hope they're warm here in the second.
Which is kind of the theme these days, huh?
Yeah, a little bit, it seems like. Felt like that at least to end the road trip, too, in Vancouver.
Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't the smoothest of games. They just found a way to win that one.
Malkin chucks a puck over to his equipment managers. Onto the Penguins bench. Everyone ducked for cover. Not even a minute still into this second period. A 1-1 tie.
And that could be dangerous sitting there. Stuart Skinner right there at the end of the bench where the Penguins come down the runway. And that puck being lifted in by Malkin right in front of the bench. That could just, you don't see it. It's down below the boards. Like, it's so dangerous sitting there.
We at least don't expect it to happen that quickly. John Taglianetti out there in the corner of the bench too. That's some cat-like reflexes.
You would even hurt him if you hit him.
That's true. Just a brick wall. Just put a little dent in him. He'd keep on moving. Puck back in the Hawks zone and behind the net for the former Penguin, Matt Grzelcyk, who's still looking for his first goal of the year with his new team in the Hawks. He has 11 assists. He had 1 goal with the Penguins last year as the Penguins are offside.
And a good story there. PTO in Chicago and signed in on the team after that. It doesn't happen too often, but some value obviously with Grzelcyk. He can manage and run a power play up top, distribute the puck around. He did that for the Penguins.
Not only to make the team after a PTO, but to play in almost every game.
Yeah. Good, not a big guy, but good skater, heads-up player. Pretty simple game.
I'm sorry, he's played in every game this year, and he played in every game with the Penguins last season. He and Erik Karlsson were the only 2. But you're right. Remember Mike Sullivan being very complimentary about his passing ability. He did spend some time in the top power play unit. Most of the time in the second power play unit. The Hawks grab hold of the puck in the Penguin zone. Jumps off the stick of Ryan Green. Levshinov can't handle it. Acciari takes it. He's got Lizotte to his right. Slows down and fires at a save by Soderblom. Acciari trying to bust out of his slump with the arm dog, calling it right before once again.
And Acciari just 4 goals on the season. This line creates chances. They do. That was just off of some bad puck management, though. From Chicago on a breakout, they lose the puck. It hits one of their own guys' skates. They get caught. They run into each other. And this line, off that chaos, able to go to the net. I think Acciari was shooting that for a rebound, to be honest with you, the looks of it. Low glove, right into the glove of Soderblom. He just handles it, covers it up.
They did have Lizotte over on the other side as rim around the boards was intended for Ben Kindle. He lost his footing right behind the net, still holds it though. Now Solovyov fires it, deflected off the skate of Rucker McGroarty. Hawks take it out of their zone. It's Wyatt Kaiser chipping it down to the near corner of the Penguins end. Solovyov tries to play it off the boards, gets shouldered into the wall by Colton Dock though.
Dock hit him hard. He's hurting a little bit as Solovyov.
And gingerly go back to the Penguins bench as Kindle took it into the Hawks end. Now it's McGroarty trying to crash the net. Pad save by Soderblom. Puck tumbles out to the near half wall. Kulak will take it in behind the net over to the far side. Sweeps it up Crosby now to Letang, high slot, wrister, deflected. McGroarty tried a baseball swing at it, but still a pad save from Soderblom. Penn still with it. Kulak towards the net, and a glove save by Soderblom. Low to the ice to keep this game tied at 1. Almost 3 minutes gone in the second period.
And there was McGroarty again on the last shot that got covered up, but he was alone on the far side of the net. A nice tip through that was a high tip. It looked like Kulak, who had engaged, kind of swooping through the hash mark area, tipped his defense partner, shot through, and then just would bounce it on the back side of the net, and McGroarty unable to capture it.
It was Kulak unloading, almost deflected, but just wide of the net. Crosby in behind the cage, up to Raquel, far corner, swung around the boards as Crosby will paw it down. In near corner, he went for a centering pass to Brazeau. That couldn't connect, and the Blackhawks will softly chip it out to the neutral zone. Now to Nazar, bursting into the Penguin zone. Brett Kulak poked it out of his reach, though. Kulak will take it in behind Shilov's net. Penguins try to wheel it up on the near side of the neutral zone, but they get interrupted. Kulak will take it back. Over 3 minutes gone in the second period. Just one shot on goal so far, and it's for the Penguins. As the Hawks are back in the Penguin zone, it's Bertuzzi to Bedard, wrister, and Shilov's got a glove on it. Now Bedard again, near circle, in the slot, drags it, far circle, poked away by Raquel, but Bedard still hangs on. Tough angle shot, sprawling shoulder save by Shilov.
He had to fight that one off. That stung him. It looked like his helmet came off. It got him up high. And the play's blown down because of that. His first attempt was a Chris Letang kind of pinch in the neutral zone. It just caught in between, which sent Bertuzzi and Bedard in all alone. Bedard really leaned into that wrister. Shilov's with a huge save, and then the play worked back to Bedard up top, worked his way to the far corner from us. Just a bad angle shot. That had a lot of heat on it and just blew the buckles and straps off Shilov's helmet.
Yeah, anytime you see Bedard kind of load up with that toe drag.
He just got such a violent release, though. It's when he lets it go, he just snaps that stick. What kind of flex he uses? He's not a huge guy. He uses a really long stick, so he uses every inch of that stick and all the flex it's got to just release and sling that puck.
Penguins can't clear it out of their zone. 16:10 to go in this second period, a 1-1 tie. Hawks work it up along the near wall as Dickinson slides it down to the corner. Carlson pumps it back up to Blake Lizotte at the half wall. He'll carry it to the neutral zone. Tried to get it ahead to Achari. Jumped off his skate. Grisick will take it back. The Hawks look to regroup in their own zone. And then cough it up. Wotherspoon ahead to Dewar. Jumped off his stick. Hawks take it back. It's Nazar chipping it over the Penguins line and quickly pumped back out by the Pens. Chipped down to the far corner. Blake Lizotte races it down. Kept it away from Connor Murphy. Got it up to Carlson. Now up top to Wotherspoon. He wrists one and a blocker save by Soderblom. And still hang on to it. Achari shovels it down to the corner. Nazar trips down Connor Dewar. Nothing being called, though. No, Nazar loses his stick as the Penguins take it back. Wotherspoon to the far circle, a one-timer. Malkin couldn't get all of it. Played over to the far side. It's chipped out into the Penguins' end. Ilya Solyov will race it down. Good to see him back out on the ice. Laid up ahead to Wotherspoon, who helps get it over the Hawks line. Takes it down the wall to the circle at the corner. Plays it off the end boards to Chinikov. Chinikov stops on a dime at the corner. Oliver Moore working around. Now gets it up to the near point for Solyov. Towards the net. Couldn't get deflected home. Malkin right in front. Now Wotherspoon keeps hold of it. High slot to Novak, a wrister, and a glove save by Soderblom. Far out of his crease. Keep this game tied at 1. Just under 15 minutes to play in the second period.
That was a really good offensive zone shift. Some great movement. Stretching the zone. Low to high, using the D, and then Tommy Novak coming up top between the D. It looked like his back was to the play. Just a beautiful little pass inside to him. He was all alone. Soderblom, all kinds of aggressiveness on that. Just challenged all the way out with a huge glove save. Really good scoring chance for Tommy Novak.
Novak wins the draw. Shea a quick slap shot, but it got deflected. Malkin collects at the far corner. Got it to Chinikov at the half wall. Works it up on the far wing. Wrists one towards the net, but it got deflected, popped up, skimmed the netting. Under 15 to play still in this second period. Still tied at 1.
Yeah, this line definitely has some chemistry, as we mentioned, and all three guys on 3-game point streaks. Novak, Malkin, and Chinikov. Malkin missed a one-timer prior to that Tommy Novak chance, and I'm just wondering, I know lots of talk about his, he came back from that shoulder injury, and on the bench at the end of the game in Vancouver. Looked like he was nursing something. Maybe wonder if that hampered that shot a little bit.
Penguins win another draw. Carlson with a wrister. Pinballed around. Carlson trying to go backdoor to Kindle, but it got taken away by the Hawks.
I would like to see Carlson just shoot that.
Thought he was going to, almost point blank. Penguins take it back. Here's McGroarty over the Hawks line. Near circle. Wrister didn't get all of it. Patted away by Soderblom. Rolling along the end boards. Kindle tries to dig it out. He gets it. Tough angle shot. Patted away by Soderblom. Loose puck in the slot. And it's kicked over to the far half wall. Levshinov couldn't clear it. Penguins take it back. They get it to Kindle. Wrister. He scores! The kid gets back to being hot. Ben Kindle. 5-hole on Arvid Soderblom. And he puts the Penguins on top 2-1.
When she rains, she pours, Joe. And this was just a good battle. You know what? Parker Wotherspoon just... There's a 50-50 puck that kind of spurted out to the hash marks, and it looked like he might have hesitated a little bit. Then he's like, I'm going to go, and he stayed in and put pressure on Mikheyev. He turned the puck over. Mantha right there with a beautiful pass. In traffic, 3 Blackhawks close on him, and it gets to Kindle wide. And, I mean, that's not an easy shot by Kindle. He's in a great position, but cross-body just pulls it across as a righty. And then Wrister laser beam through the 5-hole, or Soderblom. He's got his 3rd goal, and this is 2 games in a row. The kid's hot.
3 goals in his last 2 games after not scoring in the previous 19. Penguins take their first lead of the night. Here's Crosby over the Hawks line. Lost it, though. Chipped away by Bertuzzi and swatted down to the Penguins' end. Raced after in the near corner. Kulak will sweep it up ahead, looking for Raquel. He plays it off the boards, cuts over the Penguins logo, and slides it down into the Hawks' end. Soderblom plays it and quickly sends it up ahead to Mikheyev, but it's accelerated out of the way by Chris Letang. Now Soliov will play it up the near boards. Bertuzzi slows it down to the half wall. Got it down to the corner for Mikheyev. In around the boards. As Malkin tries to dig after it as well. Sweeps it up to Tommy Novak. He'll carry it out to the neutral zone. Drop it back to Malkin. Now back to Novak over the Hawks line, but lost it. Matt Grzelcyk pumps it out to center ice. Now it's Jason Dickinson over the Penguins line. Down to the near side. Shouldered into the boards by Igor Chinakhov. Chinakhov takes it the other way. Nice toe drag around Mikheyev. Tried to get it to Malkin, but couldn't connect on the pass. Connor Murphy lost it in the near corner. Now Malkin's got it below the goal line towards the net. Lost the puck. It still went on net. Off the side of it. Played ahead along the near side. Soliov at the point. Sweeps it over. Ryan Shea, far circle. Malkin in the slot. Wrister, saved by Soderblom. And Bertuzzi will swing it out into the Penguins' end. Puck on edge, no icing.
Penguins starting to generate some chances. Gino again, puck just off the toe of his stick on a good chance.
Hawks back in the Penguins zone. It's Bedard in the high slot. Curls around, now takes it in. What a move, drag. Fired, saved by Shilovs.
He's like a video game when he's doing, where's the open ice? Just swirling, cutting in. Worked himself into a good shooting position right there. Another big save from Shilovs on Bedard.
Connor Bedard had 20 goals with the Blackhawks last season when they came to Pittsburgh. That was April 8th. He's got 20 goals this year in game number 54 on the season. And again, he made his NHL debut here.
He's been a different player this year.
He really has. He's found a lot of chemistry with Frank Nazar. Again, the Hawks are glad to have both those guys back. But right now it's 2-1 Penguins. Far circle. Wrister coming. Gets deflected. Goes over. Now a second attempt. Stuffed out of there by Soderblom as well. Over to the near corner. Played up along the wall to the point for Wotherspoon. He'll swing the rink wide off the boards as Dewar almost fed Lazat on the tough angle shot of the net. Played up to the point. Wotherspoon settles it down to the high slot Carlson. Back to Wotherspoon at the near point. Down to the half boards in the corner. Shovels it up to Lazat. Lazat tries to cut around the circle. Working around Louis Crevier. Gets it to Wotherspoon at the near point again. Along the blue line. Slides it to Lazat. High slot to Carlson at the near half wall. Stripped of the puck by Ryan Donato. He'll take it into the corner. Shrugged into the corner by Connor Dewar. Flung over to the far side and cleared down by Alex Vlasic. This will be icing by the Blackhawks. With 10:51 to go in the second period, the Penguins lead 2-1.
Penguins starting to put together some offensive zone shifts now. A few in a row. Starting to stack them line after line. Hanging on to pucks, pulling guys around, activating a lot of movement. the offensive zone and just wait for that one opportunity to strike.
It's a much different feel in this second period already. The Penguins out shooting the Hawks. They just took one away, so they're out shooting 9-3. Wotherspoon takes it in his own zone, plays it up ahead to Crosby over the Hawks line. He got taken out by Connor Murphy, though. Murphy will then fork it into the Penguins' end. Pawed down by Carlson, can't get a hold of it, though. Hawks take it in the far corner to Dickinson. Rolled along the boards to Ryan Donato. Centering pass. It was batted high. Now Donato trying to tuck one in. That's stuffed out of there by Shelovs. Hawks still with it in the Penguins' end. Near point Dickinson. Rink wide. Grzelcyk fires off the shoulder of Shelovs. Pops up, skins the netting. And stops the clock with 10-12 to go in the second period. Penguins lead the Hawks 2-1. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Want to rack up some points? Join number 1 Cochrane Club 1 Rewards and turn your vehicle into a scoring machine. You'll earn points with every dollar spent on service and can redeem points for dollars off a new vehicle or future service. Plus, save on gas and rental cars with our valuable partner perks. Score your free membership now at club1rewards.cochrane.com. Number 1 Cochrane, official auto group of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
What are 2 things the Pittsburgh Penguins have in common with Cleveland Brothers Equipment Company? Hard work and dedication. If you're looking for heavy equipment, need a specific part, or want expert service, talk to the industry leaders at Cleveland Brothers, your local CAT dealer. We provide solutions and products for construction, landscaping, oil and gas, electric and industrial power, highway, and more. Let us help you score the winning goal. Visit www.clevelandbrothers.com to learn more.
Hey fans, building the future takes grit, and no one does grit like Pittsburgh. EQT is ready to unleash the build and power America's next big win. Penguins with a 2-1 lead over the Chicago Blackhawks. We're almost halfway through this game. 10-12 to go in the second period, and the Penguins now out shooting Chicago 17-14.
And 9-5 shots on goal this period. Lord knows they'll probably change it.
But we'll get Vegas on the horn.
Pretty good first half of this second period, to your point, and big goal for Ben Kindle, but they're stacking shifts together, and that can start to build momentum.
And for Kindle, it's his 11th goal on the season. He reached 9 and 10 Sunday in his hometown of Vancouver. The Penguins quickly in the Hawks zone. Arister sizzled wide of the net, played over to the near corner. McGroarty tries to tap it over to Letang, but instead it's taken away by the Blackhawks defenseman Connor Murphy, who's got the Hawks' only goal tonight. Spun around the boards. Bertuzzi tapped it up but not out. Kulak kept it alive, chipped it down to the corner. Tough angle shot. Murphy had the last touch. Here's a centering pass. Kulak finds it high slot. Sent it over to Letang, but he was offside. So are the Penguins with 9:40 to go in this second period. 2-1 the Penguins lead.
Yeah, 5 games before the Olympic break. A week today. Penguins will be in Buffalo to close it out. Just 2 home games left after this one as well before 3 weeks off on that break. And Penguins looking to string some more wins together here, head into that, no question.
And again, the Rangers will be in town on Saturday as this one gets flipped out of play. Penguins celebrating the 2016 Stanley Cup Championship on Saturday with Mike Sullivan and the Rangers in town. That'll be an afternoon game. We'd love to see you out here for that. And then one more home game after that for the Penguins. 2 more on the road before the Olympic break, and that'll be about 3 weeks. Tommy Novak against Oliver Moore at the far right circle. Penguins win the draw. Shea's got it far point. Pumps one towards the net, but it went wide. Solioff plays it off the end boards. Swings it deep to Tommy Novak down to the far corner. Fought for in, taken away by Evgeny Malkin on the near side. Curls around at the corner of the trapezoid. Flips it up to Novak. Now up to Solovyov. He'll wrist one wide of the net. Goes off the end boards. Malkin chases it far corner. This is a delayed penalty on the Hawks here. Penguins are going to get their first power play.
Oliver Moore doing the best he can. I mean, he might have took another penalty just now. Just one holding call. Gino was just like a man amongst boys on this play down low, would not be denied. And Oliver Moore, young Oliver Moore,
holding the stick.
trying to stay with them.
Malkin made Moore shed a stick and a glove. And the Penguins with their first power play of the night when we come back. They lead the Hawks 2-1 with 9 to play in the second on the Penguins Radio Network. Presented by S&T Bank.
All this week on MLB Network Radio, the players take control. Players Week, where the players take the mic.
On and off the field, he's just a pro's pro. Does his job, man. He's a great dude.
Here, former All-Stars Josiah Gray, Matthew Boyd, Brent Rooker, and more. All this week on MLB Network Radio, Channel 89 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
If you're 500 right now, you must play over 600 hockey. How many of these 600 teams are sustainable? At the very end of the day, playing musical chairs, there's only going to be a few spots and way too many butts. And the teams that lose will make but. And I think for some teams, the math is already not on their side.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
The best player analysts and insiders live on NHL Network Radio. Mike Johnson.
Just the nature of the NHL. As bad as things seem, as good as things seem, the NHL just has a way of leveling out. Everyone is doing okay, and it's just one real clump in the middle. No one's really separating. No one's really falling off completely.
Get the latest opinion and analysis you need on the home of hockey, NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
.com.
Well, the Penguins have been shorthanded quite a bit tonight. Now they finally get their first power play. And despite having just one game succeeding on the power play over the last 2 weeks, they're still the third best power play unit in the NHL. However, they take on the Blackhawks penalty kill that is tops in the NHL at 85.5%.
And what they're going to have to do here with this is, I'd like to see more movement. You know, they get in their spots, they get stagnant, they get standing, try to execute with plays. Use your legs a little more, use some movement.
Malkin quickly fires one just wide of the net. After the face-off from Crosby, and now the Hawks take it down into the Penguin zone. It's Mikheyev down to the corner, accelerating, then curling around along the far wall. Flings it all the way out to the neutral zone as the Hawks will milk off more time on their kill. Igor Chinikov replacing Brian Rust on this top power play unit for the moment. Again, Rust suspended for the next 3 games, including this one, after his hit on Brock Besser Sunday in Vancouver. Penguins are back over the Hawks line, but they're offside. 8:25 to go in the second, 1:27 to go on the Penguins power play.
All right, they're going to have to reset here. Ilya Mikheyev took it all the way down low, threw it all the way back to his own end, and Penguins have been just chasing here on this first 30 seconds of this power play.
Crosby wins the draw, flings it all the way to Chinikov. As the Penguins will reset again. Erik Karlsson into the neutral zone. Drop back pass to Chinikov. Gets it to Malkin over the Hawks line. Chips it down to the corner. Chinikov plays it off the end boards to Crosby far half wall. High slot Karlsson. Near point Malkin above the near circle. Comes in. Wrister. Glove saved by Soderblom. Reading it the entire way with 62 seconds to go on the Penguins power play. 2-1 they lead with 8 minutes to go in the second.
Good job getting in the zone that time. You just see how slow that, like the attack instinct on this power play right now. And yeah, this is the one hiccup in the Penguins game that was so strong all year. That attack mentality.
Crosby wins another draw. Karlsson to Crosby to Chinikov near circle. Wrister in and out of the glove of Soderblom to the near corner. It's pumped up and out by the Hawks. Carlson lost his footing, but still collects at the half boards. Gets it to Malkin, who got it to Raquel over the Hawks line. Swings it around the wall. Up to the near corner for Chinikov. Trying to slow it down as Carlson shovels it down to the corner for Crosby. Flipped over to Malkin. Far circle. Centering pass Raquel. Shot on net. Saved by Soderblom. Second attempt by Crosby. Stuffed out as well. And the Hawks carry it out to center ice. It's Ryan Green slinging a rink-wide pass to Mikheyev. Fires. Saved by Shilovs out of the top right part of his crease, and then was able to absorb the rebound as the Hawks were smelling blood on that rebound. 25 seconds to go on the Penguins' power play. They lead the Hawks 2-1 late in this second.
Some good puck movement there, and then that pop-out Raquel play. And, man, he got a pretty good shot off there in tight. He's just trying to spin and throw that at the net as he's popping out from the net. And there was a rebound to be had there. Chinikov on that backside in the Brian Rust flank spot was just a little late dropping down to jump on that puck.
Second unit now out there for the Penguins. They win the draws. Chris Letang takes it up to center ice. Got it to head to Mantha. Over the Hawks line. Down to the corner. At the circle. Centering pass to Novak. Couldn't connect. Now to Kindle at the near half wall. He gave the Penguins the lead earlier in this second period. Mantha at the point to the high slot Letang. Rink wide to Kindle. One-timer and a sweeping save by Soderblom. And behind the net to Brazeau. Over to Letang. Far circle. A little bit out of his reach. Novak fires a shot. Saved by Soderblom. And he'll glove it to freeze it. Out of the box comes Oliver Moore. We're back to 5-on-5. Penguins unsuccessful on the power play, but they lead 2-1 with under 7 to play in the second period.
Second unit got about 3 chances. Limited time, and just when it was time to attack, I talk about that attack mentality. That was it right there. Couple passes, shot through, regained possession, collected, set it back up, couple passes, and they had the idea of getting it to the net and making things happen.
With the power play finished, that means the fourth line comes out for the Pens. Nola Chari to take the draw to the left of Arvid Soderblom in the Hawk zone. He's got Dewar to his left, Lizotte to his right. He'll take the draw against Teuvo Teravainen. Puck sitting in the middle of the circle, fought for, taken by Achari, flips it up. Here's pumped one by Letang, stuffed out of there by Soderblom. Back over to Letang. He'll wrist another one wide of the net, pinballed around, but now kicks out to the high slot, taken by the Hawks. Levshinoff over the Penguins line, got it to Bedard down to the near corner. Cross-ice pass, Teravainen far circle, hit the side of the cage with a wrister.
What a pass by Bedard down in the corner just below us, all the way across through I don't know how he saw Teravainen on that backside.
Penguins trying to work it out of their zone. Bedard keeps it alive to Teravainen, high slot to Bedard, far half wall. Back to Teravainen in the slot. Levshinoff near circle, couldn't handle the pass. It was bouncing over his stick. Plays it off the boards, though. Shovels it down to Teravainen at the point. To Levshinoff again. He'll sweep it deep. Bertuzzi cuts it off at the near corner. Kicked out by Letang, but right to Teravainen. A wrister blocked by Achari. Teravainen to the far corner with it now. Rink wide to Bertuzzi at the near corner. Kulak steals it away, though. Gets it up ahead to Blake Lizotte. Now to Dewar in the neutral zone. He'll fork it down. Out of play, but luckily Dewar in the neutral zone. Under 6 to play in the second period. The Penguins lead the Hawks 2-1. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Penguins lead the Hawks 2-1. We've got less than 6 minutes to go in the second period. Shots on goal in favor of the Pens. 24-15. They're out shooting them in the second period, 16-6. Still Ben Kindle's goal, the only difference. We're going to face off at center ice. Crosby against Dickinson, and the Hawks control. William Mikheyev chips it down to the near corner as Erik Karlsson plays it off the end board, swings it up along the near wall. Slowed down by the Hawks. Wotherspoon jabbing at it. Still fought for in that near corner. As Wotherspoon continues to dig. Sticking in is Erik Karlsson. Now finally escaped up to Brazeau. He'll take it up to center ice. Throw it down to the near corner of the Hawks end. Brazeau with his first career hat trick in Chicago last December. Crosby at the corner, the near side of the trapezoid. Pawed it down. Had some trouble handling it, though, as Brazeau tries to keep hold of it in the near corner. Got it to Crosby, who's going against Bertuzzi. Works along the end board, centering pass to Raquel. Unfortunately, couldn't connect. As Jason Dickinson will send it all the way down to the Penguins' end. That'll be icing by Chicago with 5 minutes to go in the second. Penguins lead 2-1.
It hasn't been easy getting to their game with this top line, Crosby, Raquel, and Brazeau. One and done, losing pucks.
Even though the Penguins have held most of the momentum in this second period, still feels like they're really muscling for their chances. This one is cleared out to the neutral zone by Bertuzzi. Mikheyev will settle down the rolling puck, get it back to Bertuzzi over the Penguins line. He'll take it down to the near point. Whiffed on a pass. Malkin takes it the other way. He's got it in the Hawk zone near side. Turnaround pass to Chinikov. Cuts through. He scores! My goodness! Malkin to Chinikov. And these two continue to shine. It's 3-1 Penguins with 4:30 to go in the second.
Igor Chinikov is on fire. Chemistry, elite. Malkin spinorama, no-look pass on entry. Somehow, on the tape of Chinikov, and people were oohing and on from a toe drag he had earlier this period. Well, he went dancing again. Those supple wrists of Igor Chinikov. Just dangling in one-on-one and then finishing off on goaltender Arvid Soderblom, just beating him and just squeaked through him. What a goal, what a play. 4-game point streak for Chinikov now, and Malkin. What a pass by Gito, what chemistry. They got a 2-goal lead.
And Chinikov now with 6 goals with the Penguins in 14 games. He had 3 goals with the Blue Jackets in 29 contests. Now here to Mantha, a head-man pass. He scores! The Penguins stay red hot in this second period as Mantha blasts through the Hawk zone and slides it past Soderblom. It's 4-1.
Now they're cranking it up. People aren't even getting to sit down here. Anthony Mantha just right up the middle, gets in behind all the Hawks. What a celebration. Just, are you not entertained to the Penguins crowd? Big smile on the big man's face. What a year he's having. Just a breakout play up the middle, or up the boards. And Mantha away from the puck up the middle, gets in behind all alone. Forehand, backhand, 5-hole, just touches it through. Penguins are just stinging the Blackhawks right now.
And they've still got the puck in the Hawks zone. A shot from Solovyov. Got deflected wide of the net.
Those goals 31 seconds apart.
Great math, Armdog. You've been practicing since the road trip.
I'm improving.
Solovyov sends a wrister that goes off the skate of Colton Duck. All of a sudden, the Penguins lead by 3. 3:20 to go in the second period. Ryan Mill just getting to Igor Chinikov's goal. Anthony Mantha
picks up his 17th goal of the season, so he's closing in on his 4th 20-goal season of his career. As now Raquel accelerates it over the Hawks line, far side of the circle, stripped of it by Alex Vlasic. It's swung around the boards to the near corner. Justin Brazeau gets sandwiched around a couple of Hawks as it's chipped out to center ice. Tumbles into the Penguins zone. Brett Kulak settles it down. Got it ahead to Brazeau. He'll angle it into the Penguins, rather the Hawks end with 2:43 to go in the second period. Penguins lead by 3. Quickly ahead to Crosby. Sends a rink wide to Malkin. Off the boards, far side. Stripped to the puck by Bertuzzi, but Raquel comes in to try to pry the puck away. Crosby went for a snap pass to Malkin. Now Malkin will drag it to Raquel. He fires a shoulder save. Soderblom.
Gino's dancing, is he?
He really is.
Popped it between his own legs, jumped around the guy, lost the puck, but then he's on it, battled and got it back.
As the Hawks send it just wide of Shilov's net. Somebody's missing a stick. It's Letang. He'll take Crosby's. Hawks have it in the Penguins zone at the far point, down to the corner. Centering pass. It hit Letang's stick that was fed. Looking for Connor Murphy on the other side. Would have got him backdoor.
Yeah, blew his stick in half as well. Sid down in the crease, tied up with Connor Murphy, and he's
a little slow to get up. Now here's Chinakhov looking for his second goal, and on a loose puck in front of the net, just only able to tap it on Arvid Soderblom, who steered it wide.
Good burst from Chinakhov to get to that loose puck across the offensive blue line as well.
1:35 to go in the second period. Penguins lead 4-1. Hawks chip it down to the near corner. Wotherspoon playing it off the end boards. It's dug out by Burakovsky. Slid over to the far side. Erik Karlsson will race it down with 1:20 to go in the second. Flipped ahead to Chinakhov. Tapped over to Mantha. Fight for the puck. A race is on at the far circle. Goes over to the end boards that Wyatt Kaiser takes below the goal line. Stripped of it. It's taken by Novak. He couldn't get a clean shot off, though, as Burakovsky will try to work it out along the far side. Couldn't clear it. Novak at the near point. Got it to Wotherspoon, high slot. Far circle. Shot in a whiff. Loose puck in the crease. It's taken by Novak at the near corner. Under a minute to go in the second period. Penguins lead by 3.
That whiff shot almost worked out. Sorry, that whiff shot almost worked out.
Penguins out shooting the Hawks 29-15. Make it 21-6 in the second period. Here's McGroarty with a shot. A wrister sizzled wide. Mantha sweeps it deep to Kindle below the goal line, looking for a centering pass to McGroarty. He's trying to shovel it home. It's loose, taken to Mantha. Solovyov to the far circle. They score! Ryan Shea with less than 30 seconds to go in the second period. Blasts one past Soderblom, and it's 5-1 Pens.
They're starting to just stack shifts, as we mentioned, and this line just went to work. I think Rutger McGroarty's getting better and better every shift he's having. He's in and around the net. He's on pucks. And this puck kicks loose. Mantha pulls it out of a pile. Gets it back to Solovyov. And it's just a little pass through across the top of the circles as the D are completely collapsed in. Chicago all the way down in and around their net. Kindle at the net front, all kinds of bodies, and Ryan Shea just steps in and blasts that on a one-timer.
Well, the Penguins with a full court press towards the end of this second period. And boy, does it pay off. A 5-1 lead. We've got 15 seconds to go in the period. And the Penguins out shooting the Hawks 23-6.
And Solovyov with his first point as a Penguin also in his first game. And Ryan Shea, my gosh, as good as he's played, his first goal in 39 games. He's played well.
He already has a career high in 19 points, make it 20 with his third goal of the season, and the Penguins with a 4-goal lead through 2 periods here against Chicago.
They blew it open, man. That 3-1 goal, that Chinakhov goal, after the Kindle goal took the lead, but that Chinakhov goal, then Mantha 31 seconds later, that was like, but it was stacking shifts. It was stacking shifts, and we talk about how the Penguins started to roll lines and play in the offensive zone and look dangerous and be dangerous. 31-15 unofficially shots on goal now in this game. The Penguins just took over, not only with their play, but on the scoreboard.
The Penguins with 5 unanswered goals in this game outscore the Hawks 4-0 in the second period, and they grabbed their last 3 goals and the last 4 minutes and 30 seconds A 5-1 lead over Chicago. Brian Metzer will have the second intermission report for us, along with the chat with the arm dog, Colby Armstrong. It's all here on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Hi, I'm Paul Steigerwald, broadcaster on radio and Pens TV and proud Kent State University alumnus. Pittsburghers, you know how our town is a big city with a warm, small-town heart? That's something I loved about Kent State. It's a big university with a feel of a small college. You don't feel like a number. You get personal attention from the top-notch faculty in an outstanding environment for learning. I cannot say enough good things about my experience at Kent State. Find out more at kent.edu/penguins. That's kent.edu/penguins.
It takes real beer to quench real thirst, to give you real satisfaction. Iron City Beer is the perfect result of the skill and knowledge developed through 164 years in the business. Go on, grab one.
The Pittsburgh Penguins and Mitsubishi Electric have teamed up to transform the game day experience with the new state-of-the-art Diamond Vision video display system. See this display in action and find out why they are known as the makers of amazing by visiting MitsubishiElectric.com today.
Hey, Pens fans, Colby Armstrong here. As the official security partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, the local team here at Vector Security is committed to protecting homes and businesses throughout southwestern PA. They are headquartered here. Their families eat, shop, and go to school and church in our communities. So they have a vested interest in keeping the homes and businesses of our neighbors safe and secure. Visit vectorsecurity.com/pens for a free security assessment that will address your unique needs. That's vectorsecurity.com/pens.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
And welcome into our second intermission report where the Penguins have blown the game open. They are ahead of the Blackhawks 5-1 after 2 periods of play at PPG Paints Arena. Brian Metzer here with you. And pretty interesting stuff, the way the Penguins just exploded for all these goals. They got one at 5:54 from Ben Kindle, his 11th of the season from Mantha and Wotherspoon. Just pretty interesting play by Ben Kindle that kind of started all off. McGroarty takes a shot. It goes in behind the net. Kindle tips it around Oliver Moore, where it goes to Anthony Mantha, who puts a shot to the goal, where it's then kicked out to the boards, and his teammates just work their tails off to keep it in the zone, where all of a sudden the puck gets to Mantha. He feeds Kindle for the goal, or the shot in the goal, and now he has goals in back-to-back games. Chinikov would score his 9th of the season off of a beautiful feed from Evgeny Malkin. They kind of got some help from Wotherspoon back at the blue line. They blew up Tyler Bertuzzi, got the puck, got those two off on a little bit of a break. Gino fed him with a spinorama backhand pass. He took it in and did the rest on that one at 15:30. 31 seconds later, Anthony Mantha would score his 17th of the season off of a beautiful tic-tac-toe play that he started way back in his own zone, threw it to McGroarty, who threw it back to the defenseman, who then worked it all the way up the ice where he finished it off right in front of the goal. And then Ryan Shea would score his 3rd of the season at 19:30. Mantha got another point on that one as well. So it's the Anthony Mantha show in this second period of play, as he looked like he was going to work hardcore. He has 3 points just in the period. But overall, Penguins with some quality work there to blow the game open, as I said, 5-1. They did have a power play with Oliver Moore going to the box for holding the stick, not able to cash in on that one. Shots on goal in the period, 25-6. You heard that right. And they're now out shooting the Blackhawks 33-15. When we come back, hockey talk with Colby Armstrong, the Arm Dog, comes your way next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
It's hockey night in Pittsburgh, starring a lineup of Ford MVPs here to take on the ice.
The Bronco family and Explorer putting a twist on the classics. And the Mach-E, can I just say, it's electrifying.
Absolutely, Blinken, you'll miss the Ford Mustang.
And the Ready for Anything F-Series, best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh.
Wow, I'd hate to go up against this team.
Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
Looking for a delicious power play off the ice? Download the GetGo app and get a free 6-piece order of juicy all-white meat chicken nuggets, plus a dipping sauce of your choice. Or are you craving something that could satisfy the appetite of a Penguins player after sudden death overtime? Good news, the Pilgrim is served. Gobble up the traditional holiday favorites of roasted turkey, tangy cranberry, savory gravy, and crispy tots piled high on delicious stuffing bread for a limited time. GetGo, the official convenience store of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
What's up, Pittsburgh? Brian Rust here, letting you know that I'm bringing back half-off milkshakes to the city of Pittsburgh. That's right, you heard me. Half-off shakes are back at Milkshake Factory when I score a goal. Rusty's Shake is a rich chocolate shake with oven-baked brownies, crushed cookies and cream, and melted hot fudge topped with whipped cream, and of course, a chocolate 17. When I score a goal, come celebrate with me at the Milkshake Factory.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
Penguins ahead of the Hawks, 5-1 after 2 here in Pittsburgh. Brian Metzer here with you, and it's time for Hockey Talk with Colby Armstrong. And the Arm Dog and I were just talking a little bit off air, and we'll start there with what our off-air conversation was. The Gino Chinakhov line just red hot right now, just doing some great stuff, and they just know where each other are on the ice. Is it a countryman thing, or is it just a skilled player thing?
Well, it might be a countryman thing. Solovyov in his first game
he gets a point.
Yeah, he gets his first point as well in his first game. So Penguins feeling it. Yeah, that line just, when I see them out there, it's just chemistry. The no-look spinorama pass by Gino to find Chinakhov, him and his ability and touch to stay with it and bury that as well. It just kind of trickled through. 3 goals in his last 4 games now. They've been a massive difference maker. Gino tries a between-the-legs play later, loses the puck, but he's so tenacious and so competitive to stay on that puck to win it back as well. Yeah. So I think it's like a mixed bag of skill, tenacity, the right size and kind of frame to work with, the way they play as well. And Tommy Novak mixed in there with hanging on to the pucks at the right time. Best hockey
of his career, I think.
He's playing unbelievable. So there's definitely some chemistry, not only between the Russians, yes, but I think that line in general just looks really sharp.
And the thing for me on this particular goal, Army, is that Chinakhov, everyone's looking at him with that shot and everything, and the way he lets it go. And he didn't do it there. He shows off the slick mitts to dance the defenseman, get in tight, and throw it up under the arm and in. It looks like he can do a little bit of everything.
And he's kind of got this effortless-looking stride, like a smoothness to him, but obviously has some explosiveness and some power in there to separate and power through guys. And we saw his hands in the neutral zone, right? The ooh, the ah, he had big toe drag, but he had good hands beating that defenseman kind of one-on-one after handling that spinorama pass as well, in flight and full speed. Beautiful goal, and that kind of broke things open here in this period. The Penguins, I thought, not great at execution early, Mets. In the first period, it was just like a little slow with puck movement, but I thought this period they started stacking some shifts together. Kindle goal got him going, man. How about him? Hey, buddy.
But you know what? I was going to give you some credit because, busting makes you feel good, I hear.
Yeah, the old slump buster. I got him, and you got to pick the right guy, right? He's a skilled player.
Back-to-back games
really
now.
Smart back-to-back games now with a big goal. Got things going in the second period, but it was before that, right? It was shift after shift of playing the right way, playing the ozone, not one-and-done stuff that could kind of frustrate you. I feel like the Crosby line's doing that. The Crosby line is the one-and-done line right now. They look a little frustrated. They're working hard but not getting anything done, where these other lines are slowly chipping away at it right now. So, I know Brad Russ is in there and Brazo's pushed up there. So some unfamiliarity, I guess, 5-on-5 in those situations. But all in all, I mean, a massive difference of period to period for the Penguins here, and then just blew this game open.
How big can it be for a line like Sid's here, where they're not getting it done, they're one and done, as you said, but you have so much just productivity up and down the line?
It's huge.
I think that's the thing with this team that makes them so different than the past few years, is they have it from top to bottom. Everyone chipping in.
Everyone's chipping, and Ryan Shea, his first goal in 28, what do I have here? 39 games, sorry, I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. 39 games coming in a night.
He's played so well, you don't even feel that way.
He's played unbelievable, and he's got, what has he got, a four-game point streak as well. He had a 3-game assist streak coming into tonight. He's got 2 points.
He's unbelievable.
Having an unbelievable. What's that going to cost Dubas to try to get him re-signed with how solid and how big of a step he's taken as well? I like him as a player, obviously, and really, really good.
Grown a lot in a year.
Yeah, and you know, they're getting it from that's their secret sauce, right? Shelov's with some saves, Bedard had some point blankers.
Yes, he did.
He had some saves. You know, and then you look at the lines, everyone's kind of chipping in, and that's kind of been their secret sauce all year long. It's a group effort, a team effort. Everyone feels a part of it. And they're getting results also, and they're in a good spot right now, and they just have to keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, keep it rolling, and as I talked with Seth about in his segment, not many fourth lines have over 40 points as a unit. That's pretty impressive.
Absolutely. I mean, before we go, Anthony Mantha, 17th goal, he's got 3 points tonight. Looking at him, right, he only played 13 games last year, ACL, obviously a good play. What a season for him right now.
What a bounce back.
What a bounce back. It's got to feel so good for him and his family, and, you know, what he went through, landing here in Pittsburgh and having the year he's having so far.
Love seeing it, and Dubas, that's another big feather in the cap. My gosh. Army, thank you for this, my
great
friend.
job, Mets, as always.
You too, my friend. That is Colby Armstrong. Always a wonderful conversation with him. When I come back, news from around the league, and you'll get it all next right here on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
There's still time to become a Pittsburgh Penguins season ticket holder. Full, half, and 12-pack plans are on sale now.
Shoots, he scores! Evgeny Malkin ties the game up at 4.
Black and Gold Premier members can take advantage of ticket trades, payment plans, and exclusive events. Visit PittsburghPenguins.com to pick up your perfect plan today. Penguin season presented by UPMC.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/lifechanging.
Hi, Staggy here to tell you about another great product from Nova Scotia. Mr. Donair Beef Jerky and Sticks, the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins. In Canada, Donair is similar to gyro meat, but it's seasoned beef, not lamb. And like 87, Mr. Donair Beef Jerky is absolutely off the charts. It's keto-friendly, high in protein, and Mr. Donair's gyro seasoning makes it the best jerky you'll ever taste. You'll find it on Amazon, Cohen Markets, Turkey Hill, Country Fair, and PPG Paints Arena. Mr. Donair, the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This segment of the Penguins Live Intermission Report is brought to you by Smith's Hot Dogs, proud sponsor of the Penguins and official hot dogs at PPG Paints Arena.
Penguins ahead of the Blackhawks, 5-1 after 2 in Pittsburgh. Brian Metzer back here with you, and as Army and I were just talking about here off air, following our conversation on air, Anthony Mantha, what a bounce-back season for him, coming into Pittsburgh with new life, looking a whole lot more like that first-round pick that everyone was waiting to see get over the hump in both Detroit, going on to the Caps. He was in Vegas. He's all over the league, and he really hasn't been able to harness this, which has been really, really fun to watch here in Pittsburgh, the way it's all coming together for the big man. As Army said, 3 points here on the night, and when you look back over his career, he is sitting here at 17 goals now, and his high water mark was 23 just a handful of seasons ago. He had 25, actually, with Detroit in 24. So those are really in range for him. We'll see if he can make it happen, in 48 points in each of those seasons. When we come back here, Joe Brand and Colby Armstrong will have third period action for you on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Sirius XM's Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, Channel 156, delivers week-long coverage of WWE's Royal Rumble. Hear from former Rumble participants Tommy Dreamer, Nick Nemeth, Bully Ray, and Mark Henry.
It took 3 men to eliminate Mark Henry.
Saturday at noon Eastern, get ready to rumble with a special edition of Off the Ropes. Then after the bell, Dave LaGreca hosts Busted Open After Dark, live at 6. Listen on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, Channel 156 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
Hey, Jim Rome here. What's cracking?
Hi.
Hope you're enjoying the game, and when you're not taking in a game, find us on Sirius Channel 161, XM Channel 206. In fact, we'll be there every weekday afternoon, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you've got something you want to break down from this game, you know where to find us. Just make sure you have it taken, don't suck.
Step your game up.
That has never changed. In fact, this show has never changed. We're just back home, and it's great to be there. Sirius 161, XM 206. See you there.
The hockey talk never stops on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Bedard and Celebrini, they've been this good this quickly. This has set us up for the next 20 years.
Our lineup of former players and team executives give you an inside look at what happens on the ice and in the front office.
The season being so condensed, any small little off-ice issue turns into a tsunami.
Plus, you'll hear the biggest matchups every night. To McDavid, it's all on NHL Network Radio, Channel 91 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
If you're 500 right now, you must play over 600 hockey. How many of these 600 teams are sustainable? At the very end of the day, playing musical chairs, there's only going to be a few spots and way too many butts. And the teams that lose will make but. And I think for some teams, the math is already not on their side.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Come.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Hockey lives here.
Sagan to Ben, down low, delays, he scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Well, the Penguins have given themselves quite the cushion. A 4-goal lead, scoring 3 goals in the final 4 minutes and 30 seconds to end the second period. They lead the Chicago Blackhawks 5-1 as we're set to begin this third period. And all 5 different goal scorers for the Penguins in Ryan Shea, Connor Dewar, Anthony Mantha, Igor Chinikov, and Ben Kindle. And that's the other thing, Army. There's
spread it around.
Exactly. Credit to go all around.
And Shilov's with some big saves, too, on a few point-blank chances off the stick of Connor Bedard. So that's their secret recipe. Everyone's involved. Everyone's feeling a part of it.
Good to see Sidney Crosby back on the ice as the Penguins send it down for icing. We begin this third period. The opening face-off to begin it is brought to you by number 1 Cochrane Club 1 Rewards. Penguins now attacking from left to right in their alternate gold sweaters with Artur Shilovs in net. Chicago Blackhawks attacking from right to left in their road white sweaters with Arvid Sutterbloom in net.
23 shots on goal for the Penguins in that second period. They just open it up big time.
Leading throughout the game, 31-15 right now as Letang slows it down to the near half wall. Will send it deep. Over to the near corner for Alex Vlasic. Crosby tried to strip him of the puck, but Vlasic, the Illinois native, take it over the Hawks line on the near side, down to the corner below the goal line. Swings it over to the far side, flips it up top. Crevier, blast one to Nazar. And to go skate to stick now to Bedard at the near half wall. Takes it up to the point. Drop back pass to Vlasic. Back to Bedard, who tried to shovel it over to Teravainen. He was too close, though. Side skates to the point. Sends one towards the net. Kulak kicked it over to the far corner. Rickard Rakell couldn't clear it out. Crosby will chip it down to the corner. Brett Kulak swings it over to the near side for Chris Letang. He'll pitch it back to Kulak. This is the final game between these two teams. Again, the season series, started in December on the 28th in Chicago. The Penguins hosting the New York Rangers Saturday afternoon as Evgeny Malkin enters the Hawks zone, sends a rink-wide pass. Carlson collects near point, takes it down to the corner at the goal line. Went for a tough angle shot. Wotherspoon a blast. And boy, did that slam just wide. Almost kissed Malkin up top. Now a blast from Carlson. That's redirected wide.
Shooting gallery right now. Wotherspoon and Carlson taking turns.
Putting some heavy black marks on the plexiglass in behind Soderblom.
You're right, though. That Wotherspoon one, I think, just about hit Gino standing just off to the side of the net. That could have been bad.
Penguins trying to work it out of their zone now. Novak can't get it over the Hawks line. Chicago sends it deep as Shelovs will slow it down. Allows Parker Wotherspoon to collect to get it to Erik Karlsson. Now to Rucker McGroarty, who's a +3 tonight despite playing in less than 7 minutes. He also has collected 4 shots on goal in his return to the Penguins lineup. Loses the puck in the neutral zone. Oliver Moore collects, flips it over to Levshinov. A spin-around shot. Didn't get all of it, though. Pretty much whiffed. Penguins can have some numbers here. Oh, a headman pass. Mantha would have had a clean breakaway, but it was cut off by Wyatt Kaiser.
They would have like a 3-on-0, I think, if Kaiser didn't get that.
It was a stretch pass from Ben Kindle, who again gave the Penguins the lead early in the second. Nice move from Mantha to get around Ryan Donato, but the Hawks take it back. It's Bedard. He gets stripped to the puck by Anthony Mantha.
Mantha, what hands to cut through across the line. Is such a smooth operator, isn't he? And then to use that reach to pick the pocket of Bedard right after.
He gets back on the score sheet with a goal tonight. Remember, he had 2 in the first, or in a span, I should say, of 22 seconds against the Edmonton Oilers last week on the Penguins' perfect road trip. Trying to carry those winning ways into tonight against the Hawks. As Grzelcyk dances at the high slot, brings it over to the near point, fires a shot, and Shelov's able to collect the redirection. Over 3 minutes gone in this second period. Penguins lead the Hawks 5-1.
Yeah, Mantha's just been such an impressive story, and we're starting to see some of the accolades for and chatter about the work Kyle Dubas and company has done around here with the Penguins this year. And you know, Mantha's a guy that jumps out, obviously, with the season he's having. Just 13 games played in Calgary last year, ACL surgery, and I'm a player that's left you wanting more at times through his career, but he's playing real well for the Penguins here this year.
Well, with everyone producing for the Penguins as of late, you can really go down every line, every defensive pair. As Letang blasts a shot in and out of Arvid Soderblom, rebound taken away by Jason Dickinson. Yeah, I mean, look at Justin Brazeau.
You got Ryan Shea, you got go down the lineup, the goaltender situation. I mean, everything's looking pretty good. Solovyov's got an assist in his first game.
Chalk him up as a win.
Exactly.
Penguins back in the Hawks zone. They lose the puck along the near side, shoveled out by Jason Dickinson. Slowed down by Erik Karlsson. He actually keeps it alive, brings it down to the corner, tried to get it to Raquel. He couldn't connect. Brazeau's got it. Wrister high in the net. Rebound all the way to Crosby at the far corner. He tried to send it down, now has it in the circle. Whiffed on a pass, though, as it's tapped out to center ice.
Brazeau, man, he just glove to stick to the shot, like just so smooth. Him and Mantha they've got hands and a really good skill set on them. Go along with that size and reach.
Well, again, heading into this year, Justin Brazeau signed a one-way contract for the first time in his career. Tough angle shot by Crosby. What a backhand attempt from the near corner that Soderblom stopped with his mask, I believe. Now Bedard in the Penguins zone try to get a quick feed to Nazar. He was stripped to the puck by Igor Chinikov, though. Sends it rink wide to Wotherspoon. Up ahead to Malkin. Poked away by Bedard. He'll keep hold of it in the neutral zone. Bedard takes it over the Penguins line, then lost it. Malkin takes it away near side. Hustles it over the Hawks line on the near side. Stripped to the puck. Still got it to Novak, though. Tried to shovel a pass to Chinikov. Cleared over to the far side. Dumped out by Oliver Moore. Over 5 minutes gone in the third period. The Penguins with a 5-1 lead over the Chicago Blackhawks. Chinikov is over the Hawks line, then got stripped to the puck. Colton Dock will chip it down to the Penguins end near corner. Ryan Shea races it down. Shea playing on his offside, paired up with Ilya Solovyov, making his Penguins debut. Kaiser keeps hold of it at the point. They got stripped of it from Novak. Here's Mantha cruising over the Hawks line in the high slot. Trying to get a drop back pass to Chinikov, but Oliver Moore takes it away. Now shows off his speed on the far side of the neutral zone. Chips it down to the Penguins' end.
Mantha stuck right with him. Oliver Moore might be one of the faster guys in the league. He just has a way of looking like he's not moving fast as Mantha, the big boy.
Longer strides.
Absolutely.
Able to cover more space in a short amount of time. 6 minutes gone in this third period. Penguins lead 5-1. Marco McGroarty chips it down to the corner. Jousting after the puck along with Connor Murphy. He scored the first goal of the game for the Blackhawks. Penguins have punched back with 5 straight of their own. Now dumped back into the Hawks' end. McGroarty races after it. Former teammate of Frank Nazar's with the University of Michigan. The Hawks take it away, dump it back over to the Penguins' end. Wotherspoon collects at the near corner, got it to Achari. Achari now trying to accelerate it into the neutral zone and pokes it into the Hawks' end far corner. Connor Murphy sends it ahead to Matt Grzelcyk, and Achari collided with the official.
He's hurt. That was ugly.
And the official's slow to get up. And we'll take a break.
Nurse and his left leg here, they just kind of collided with each other, Joe.
Right now, the Penguins with a 4-goal lead. 13:25 to go in regulation. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
No barriers, just stars. Pro Wrestling Nation, 24/7.
Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch join us in studio today.
The biggest stars.
Greatest wrestling couple of all time. Chelsea Green is here.
Thank you, guys. I can't wait to come back and chit-chat more.
CM Punk is here. I remember when I signed my WWE contract, I got called a sellout. When I said that, I didn't think you were going to have the career that you were going to have.
The pulse of the squared circle is on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7.
24/7 is quite incredible.
Channel 156.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
If you're 500 right now, you must play over 600 hockey. How many of these 600 teams are sustainable? At the very end of the day, playing musical chairs, there's only going to be a few spots and way too many butts. And the teams that lose will make but. And I think for some teams, the math is already not on their side.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
The best player analysts and insiders live on NHL Network Radio. Mike Johnson.
Just the nature of the NHL. As bad as things seem, as good as things seem, the NHL just has a way of leveling out. Everyone is doing okay. And it's just one real clump in the middle. No one's really separating. No one's really falling off completely.
Get the latest opinion and analysis you need on the home of hockey, NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Fans, unleashing AI takes brain power and real power from right here in Pittsburgh. EQT fuels the innovation, driving the next big play. The Penguins had a few big plays late in the second period. 3 goals in the final 4 minutes and 30 seconds. They now have a 5-1 lead with 13:25 to go in the third against the Chicago Blackhawks. Face off to the left of Arvid Soderblom. Crosby wins it. Carlson high slot. Wrister in and out of the glove of Soderblom. Colton Dock will handle it far side. He'll race it up to the neutral zone. Cut through. Chip it into the Penguin zone, but it's not got a midair by Parker Wotherspoon. Bats it up ahead to Rickard Rakell, who takes it over the Hawks line. Down to the corner. Dropped it to his shoulder, but Donato stripped him of the puck. Now Crosby crunched into the boards by Colton Dock at the far half wall. Able to kick it to Wotherspoon. He'll send it deep. Kicks off the far corner and rolls over to the near one. Oliver Moore tried to sweep it up the wall, but Brazeau got to it. Rakell sends it deep to Crosby below the goal line. Takes it to the far side. Up to Wotherspoon now at the far point. Rink wide to Carlson. Near side. Wrister deflected in front. It's sitting up top. Rickard Rakell falling down to the ice. Tried to bat it home.
I think Justin Brazeau, he had his rear end facing the front of the net, and I think the puck just came in. He had no clue what shots were coming through, what was going on. Soderblom, the same thing. It just like maybe hit him. There's like 4 bodies in on top of him with these attempts. It's Wotherspoon to Carlson. He's so crafty at finding lanes and making it happen. And there's 4 guys on Soderblom when he's trying to make those saves.
You're right. There was a shot on net that just hit the backside of Brazeau.
He just stood there, the big old moose in front of the net. No clue where it was, just on the net front.
Is racing in is Chinikov with a loose puck in behind Soderblom's net. He sweeps it up to Solovyov, to Malkin, high slot, tries to work around Vlasic, who will just swat it down to the Penguins' end. Shilov's to play it. He'll swing it over to the near side. Malkin works around the defensive Dickinson, but then coughed it up to Mikheyev. Luckily, he couldn't handle it. Novak gets it up to Chinikov. Off to the races in the Hawk zone. Arrestor, shoulder save Soderblom.
Soderblom out pretty far on that to eat that one up with his right shoulder. He had lots of time, Chinikov, to wind up that nasty release and shot he has. Can you imagine if he would have scored there? This place might have gone nuts.
Well, stretch pass ahead to Novak in the Hawk zone. He risks one wide of the net. Corrals around the netting and stops the clock with 11:34 to go in regulation. Penguins lead the Hawks 5-1.
Penguins getting chances in different ways. Off the rush, off the cycle, low to high, chances through. Made them a tough team to play against and defend. They can do it a lot of different ways and a lot of different guys.
Well, I guarantee you one of the messages we'll hear from the dressing room after this one, regardless of how it ends, is we didn't like our play in the first period. And again, they didn't have their first shot on goal until 11:20 into the game. They were able to tie the game on their second shot. But still, a strong first period has kind of been the MO for this team as of late. They didn't have it, but they had quite the strong push in the second. Now Nazar accelerates into the Penguin zone, tries to sweep a rink-wide pass to Bedard, who went over to Teravainen at the near point. He gets stripped away by Anthony Mantha. Cruises over the Penguins logo, now over the Hawks line. Drop that pass to Kindle to McGroarty, a sweeping shot that goes wide.
I don't know if did that hit the net of it? That might have been McGroarty's sixth shot on goal. He's been all over it. Got some great chances hanging in around the net. What a pass to find McGroarty on that entry.
Right now, McGroarty credited with 5 shots on goal, but less than 8 minutes on the ice. There's a shot from Wotherspoon that goes wide. Long rebound out to the neutral zone. Carlson collects. Able to escape it to Achari.
Carlson so nasty. Under pressure, just... How's she going over?
There's Achari breaking through. Nice little move in the slot, but then got kicked out by Artem Levshnak.
Play right up ice to Achari. He's 7 different kinds of smoke by him, just dangling. Maybe dangling himself out of it.
5-1, the Penguins lead halfway through this third period. Everyone fighting for the next highlight reel play for the Penguins right now. It's pitched down to the Penguins end. Carlson slides it D to Wotherspoon. Well, Wotherspoon hops out. Ryan Shea comes on. Penguins out shooting the Hawks 37-16. Brazeau wraps up Vlasic in the near corner in the Hawks end. Kicks it along the end boards, but Vlasic takes it away.
Brazeau just kind of chipped it in with himself. Vlasic's a big boy, too, with that reach, and Brazeau almost came in and muscled him and picked his pocket on the forecheck.
Vlasic, 6'6", 217 pounds. As Raquel cuts over, gets it to Brazeau, jumped off his stick. Solovyov at the far corner, pumped it over to Sid at the near one. He sent it up along the near boards. Ryan Shea couldn't handle. Well, at one point, Alex Vlasic, the big defenseman, was paired up with Louis Crevier, the other big defenseman for the Blackhawks. 6'8", 228 pounds. Here's Raquel blasting into the Hawk zone. He fires, saved by Soderblom, swept out to the near point.
Yeah, Raquel out of nowhere through the neutral zone.
Now Letang downstairs looking for Malkin. Got deflected. He goes for a centering pass. Murphy cuts that off. Malkin gets it to Sid near corner, sweeps it up to Letang, high slot, down to the far circle, Chinikov, and a hugging save at the far post by Soderblom.
What a play by Letang to Chinikov coming off the bench.
Ends are still buzzing. Letang to Malkin, tried to angle it, it popped over the net. Chinikov at the far side, tried to get it to Malkin, couldn't. Mikheyev will escape it out to Murphy. And now Chinikov steals the puck away, keeps it onside with a lunging effort, down to the corner for Malkin. Chinikov in the circle, Letang a blast on the shoulder, save Soderblom.
Soderblom with some unbelievable saves just now. I mean, that is just pretty to watch. Playmaking, staying on battles, stripping pucks. Wow. Penguins have found their game.
I mean, the offense
took them 20 minutes. First period to get going.
Now downstairs, Novak looking for a redirection from Letang. He picks up the rebound, slings it up to the high slot, but Teravainen's the only one there. Hawks take it the other way with 8 minutes to go in this game. Penguins lead 5-1. Swung around the boards and behind the net to Solovyov. He'll pump it ahead to Novak. Couldn't handle it, though. Teravainen with a saucer pass to the near side. Donato collects off the boards. The Penguins now out shooting the Hawks 40-16 as Colton Dach takes it into the Penguin zone. A wrister off the near post. And now another blast from Moore. That didn't get through. Donato sweeps it behind the net. Over to the near corner. Ben Kindle tries to poke it along the near wall. Gets to Rucker McGroarty. He'll tap it back to reset things to Parker Wotherspoon. Sent up ahead to Kindle. Wanted a little give and go with Mantha, but couldn't. And the tumbling puck goes right back to the Penguins. Parker Wotherspoon to Carlson. Defended by Ryan Green. Lost it to Oliver Moore. He'll take it over the Penguins line, and Carlson takes away the pass. Now Kindle, rink wide, up ahead to McGroarty in the Hawk zone. Far circle, saucer pass, centering, looking for Mantha. Couldn't connect.
Vlasic did a good job just being heavy on his stick. Mantha was waiting to pick his pocket.
Kindle at the near corner, up top to Carlson at the point. Rink wide to Wotherspoon. Far side in front of the Hawks bench. Plays it off the near wall for Kindle. He collects at the corner, takes it up to the point. Rink wide, saucer pass to Shea off the bench, cutting through the crazy, fires wide of the net. Ryan Shea looking for his second goal of the night.
His third point, too. What a play by Kindle, just pulling guys around the ice. Seeing Shea come off the bench.
Now here's Lizotte in the Hawk zone. A wrister got blocked. Taken by Dewar at the near corner of the Hawks end, up along the wall to Shea. No, he hung on to it, Dewar did. At the half boards now, got stripped by Vlasic, sent in behind the net to Levshinov. He'll take it to the far side. The Penguins just doing everything they want to in the Hawks end right now.
They did one mistake on a line change. Dach hit the post. That was the only blemish of this period. They've been on fire.
Back in again, Lizotte to Achari in front of the net. Puck is loose. They score! And Nolan Achari gets wrapped up with Artem Levshinov in front of the Hawks net. But it's 6-1 Penguins, who just forced it over the goal line.
Looked like it was Connor Dewar on the rebound. And the same way they got it started in the first period, just a schmozzle around the net. I don't even know if that's a word.
It is now.
And it's his fourth line going to work again. They get it in there, all three of them in and around the net. It's bouncing around all over the place. Lizotte, Achari had a whack at it. I think it kicked over to Connor Dewar off the back side of the net to chip it up over. Yeah, it was Achari. Lizotte had a chance. Achari another chance, and Dewar got it. All three guys like bees on the hive, man. They're just digging, hacking, whacking. A little bit of rough stuff at the end of it as well. And Dewar will now have a 2-goal game, it looks like. And this line will have a 2-point game for all three guys.
Connor Dewar had a 2-goal game at the beginning of the road trip in Seattle. That allowed him to tie his career high. He already set a new career high, and now he's got another one. His second goal of the night, his 13th of the season. The Penguins lead 6-1 with 6 minutes to play here in Pittsburgh on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Ford F-Series are the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh for 11 years running. So it's no wonder that Pittsburgh's favorite hockey team choose Ford as their go-to vehicles. Yep, that's right. Your favorite team meets our favorite team. That's a stacked roster if you ask us. Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Only from your neighborhood Ford store.
Hey, Pittsburgh fans, this is Phil Bourque. In hockey, big goals cause big momentum shifts. As we all know, our Penguins have scored a lot of big goals. As a founding partner of the Penguins, PPG also likes big goals and is pursuing them off the ice to better the Pittsburgh community and the world. Together with the Penguins, PPG increases access to free STEM education through the annual Science at Play and Sticks and STEM events at PPG Paints Arena. We like big goals because when we score them, we all win.
Closing in on the final 5 minutes of regulation here in Pittsburgh. The Penguins with a 6-1 lead over the Chicago Blackhawks. And if the Penguins do score once again in the final 5 minutes of this game or any game this year, you win a free Big Mac. Offer is valid 3 days after the Penguins score on the Big Mac Attack. Just download your McDonald's app, claim your free Big Mac with a purchase of $1 or more.
And I'd like to remind everybody about the Mega Millions jackpot. It draws tomorrow night. It now has an estimated annuity of $303 million. That's $303 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
Well, the way things are going here in Pittsburgh, why not try your luck? Penguins now with 6 unanswered goals ever since Connor Murphy scored in the first period. The Pens are looking for their 5th straight win. 5:45 to go in regulation to this one. Connor Dewar with 2 goals tonight. Letang takes it over the Hawks line. It's taken away by Frank Nazar. Now to Bedard. Over the Penguins line. Far circle. Drags. Stops. Hold. Drags. Fires and scores.
That was in and out. Absolute laser beam. Connor Bedard. They got off a little turnover inside the offensive zone blue line for the Penguins, and Nazar and Bedard got off, and they were gone. A sliding D-man playing that 2-on-1, slides out of the way. Bedard hits the brakes, and the seas kind of part for him. It was Kulak that went down. And no way for him to recover. He tries to get back up and in there, and it just... Those toe drag release from Connor Bedard, and that thing is gone in and out. High glove. Both goals have beat Shilov's high glove, but Bedard, an absolute BB.
So for Bedard, that's his 21st goal of the season. His career high is 23. Did it last year. But again, we are only in late January.
It's on their second shot of this period, too. Penguins out shooting Chicago 11-2 here in the third period. They outshot them 23-6 in the second.
It only closes their deficit down to 4, but for Bedard, that's got to feel good. Here's a turnover as Novak whiffed on a shot of the near circle. Hawks will take it the other way.
Yeah, no question Bedard's season this year, like derailed by that shoulder injury, but I mean, he has been a different player altogether. Dominating.
Kaiser with a blast. That caught Ryan Shea upstairs. He gets back up as Green makes a couple of whacks at it. 2 big saves by Shilovs, and luckily the Penguins break up a chance at the far circle by Colton Dock. Now there's another blast by Green, and Shilovs got a touch on that one, deflected it out of play.
Goodness gracious, Shilovs with 3 huge saves. I believe he got one on the glove on the end there, and then I was concerned. Ryan Shea got decked in front with a shot as well and dropped, but he's up and they survive that sequence.
The Blackhawks wake up offensively a little bit, but it's 6-2 Penguins with 4:30 to go in regulation here in Pittsburgh on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Sirius XM's Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, Channel 156, delivers week-long coverage of WWE's Royal Rumble. Hear from former Rumble participants Tommy Dreamer, Nick Nemeth, Bully Ray, and Mark Henry. It took 3 men to eliminate Mark Henry. Saturday at noon Eastern, get ready to rumble with a special edition of Off the Ropes. Then after the bell, Dave LaGreca hosts Busted Open After Dark, live at 6. Listen on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, Channel 156 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
If you're 500 right now, you must play over 600 hockey. How many of these 600 teams are sustainable? At the very end of the day, playing musical chairs, there's only going to be a few spots and way too many butts. And the teams that lose will make but. And I think for some teams, the math is already not on their side.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
The best player analysts and insiders live on NHL Network Radio. Mike Johnson.
Just the nature of the NHL. As bad as things seem, as good as things seem, the NHL just has a way of leveling out. Everyone is doing okay. And it's just one real clump in the middle. No one's really separating. No one's really falling off completely.
Get the latest opinion and analysis you need on the home of hockey, NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
The Penguins with a 6-2 lead over the Chicago Blackhawks, trying to close out a win for their 5th straight victory. We've got 4:30 to go here at PPG Paints Arena.
And a minute and a half after Dewar got his 2nd and 13th of the season, Bedard made it 6-2 with his 21st. Just their 2nd shot of the period for Chicago.
And again, for Bedard, this is his 10th game since returning from his shoulder injury. That's only his 2nd goal during that 10-game span. The only other goal was an empty netter.
I mean, he could have 4 goals tonight, though. He's been that dangerous and has had some great looks. And with that shot that he possesses, I mean, what a weapon for him, as he showed on that goal.
Talking with Darren Pang, too, before the broadcast, he had mentioned that Connor Bedard has hit the knob of the opposing goalie's stick about 20 times this year. So if he doesn't hit that...
I think that happens more for righties. For whatever reason. Going back across the body like that, and for whatever reason, just tend to hit the knob of the goaltender's stick.
Is it because there are more left-handed catching goalies?
Yeah. And I just think as a righty, with that cross-body trajectory and angle, it misses the body, but it can hit that butt end more often than not as a right-handed shooter. For whatever reason, I noticed that.
Interesting.
All the things, though, right, Joe? Like, you think you got him beat, and just hits that little
right
1.5 inches of wood hanging out the top of the stick of the goaltender's blocker.
And it's never the plan of attack by the goalie.
No. They'll tell you it was.
Little Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yeah.
Thank you motion, maybe. 3 minutes to go. Penguins lead the Hawks 6-2. Most people know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Get away with that on radio.
Yeah. Hopefully there's people smiling listening to that.
Hawks have it in the Penguins zone. They lose it to Rucker McGroarty, who taps it down into the Penguins end. 2:45 to go here in Pittsburgh. Penguins lead by 4. Yeah, again, Rucker McGroarty with a quiet good night, if you will. A +3, 5 shots on goal, 3 hits.
He's been good in and around the net. He's getting to that net. You know, we talk about his foot speed and his ability to get the pucks in the corners or loose pucks. But he's had some action here today, keeping plays alive, getting in and around that net.
This one goes out of play with 2:13 to go. Penguins lead by 4. Well, he's definitely a guy you'd like to see play with a lot of edge.
Yeah, no question. He's got to be a feisty guy, up and down guy. We know he's got that hockey sense as Rucker and can make plays and think the game. And the Pens are hoping that he can turn out to be one of those middle of the lineup type solid players. 200-foot guys.
There's a toss towards the net by Kulak. Raquel couldn't angle it home as Dewar taps it along the near boards. Raquel sweeps it up, takes it to the point, curls around, sends it down to Crosby. Crosby held off the score sheet so far tonight. Penguins lead 6-2 with under 2 to play towards the net. Raquel trying to deflect it home, but Soderblom on top of it.
Crosby sniffing in on that rebound. Soderblom nothing left hanging around. He swallowed up that little deflection from Raquel. Good shift by this line. Been a little bit of a struggle. Dewar out there with him right now. No Brazeau with Raquel and Crosby. Put the hot hand there. Patrick watch.
Towards the net. Here's Dewar. Far circle. Turnaround shot wide of the net. Crosby plays it off the boards. Up to the point. Sends it rink wide to Dewar. His shot gets deflected. Kulak down in the corner. Sweeps it to the near side. Raquel got tied up with his former teammate of Matt Grzelcyk. It's poked out to the far side. Kulak collects. In around the boards to Crosby at the near corner below the goal line. 1:25 to go in regulation. Penguins lead 6-2. As this outlet pass gets lost to the neutral zone, Penguins will regroup. Well, heck, what are we in day number 29 of the new year? Aren't there 29 hat tricks scored in the NHL?
It's crazy, right? A hat trick for every day this month. I don't know what's going on right now tonight.
It's true. Well, maybe Connor Dewar can help the league play with some house money. Get us set up for the 30th. Penguins work it into the Hawks zone to get stripped of the puck, though. And that actually doesn't even include Justin Brazeau's hat trick against these Blackhawks back in December.
And when was that? December 28th. He just missed.
Last hat trick of 2025, I think. Novak in the near corner, up to Ryan Shea. He's got a goal tonight. At the point for Novak to the high slot. There's Igor Chinikov, 25 seconds to go. Malkin leaves it for Chinikov, keeps it on side. Drop pass to Shea, brings it over to the near point. Backhand shot taken away by Oliver Moore. Now stolen by Malkin near circle. Downstairs for Tommy Novak. Turnaround, couldn't fire off a shot. Poked away by
Great
Lechinov.
example of what this line does. Evgeny Malkin so strong on puck paddles. And what a game for the Penguins here tonight.
2 seconds, one. The Penguins carry their road success to Pittsburgh. It's 5 straight wins for the Penguins. A 6-2 winner over the Chicago Blackhawks. The Penguins keep pace, holding second place in the Metropolitan Division. And start this homestand with another 2 points. 6-2 over the Hawks.
Well, what would this game bring, right? Afternoon game on Sunday out in Vancouver time. Travel back on a Monday and don't play till Thursday. What are you going to get? What are you going to see? And after, I think, a little bit of a rocky first period, the Penguins come out and just take over in the second period. 4 goals in the second period and outshoot Chicago 23-6, and it was adios for the Blackhawks, and the Penguins continue the winning ways. Nothing on the power play tonight, no big deal. They didn't need it. They got goals spread around the lineup once again, Joe, and a good goaltending. They did the exact recipe here tonight.
After being outshot in the first period, 9-8, the Penguins outshoot the Blackhawks 36-10 in the final 40 minutes and outscore the Hawks 5-1. Let's head on downstairs and bring in Parker Wotherspoon. Hey, Parker, we talked a lot about this first period. Maybe didn't look the way you guys wanted it to, but boy, did you turn things around in the second. What worked for you guys so well?
Yeah, just a slow start. Obviously coming off a couple of days off. So, but yeah, in the second we were moving our feet. We were checking well. Hitting, just playing all around. It was a good team together. So, it was good second and third there to put them away.
Hey, Parker, it's Army here. It was cool being on the road with you guys for that road trip, the success you guys had. Obviously, you crack in with a goal. Like, that's the thing, right, though? Everyone's chipping in. It was cool to be around you guys and feel that vibe. What's it like for you guys right now?
Yeah, it's awesome. Obviously, a huge road trip. Going 4-0 out west is huge. But, yeah, you can just tell and everyone has belief in each other. And, every line is rolling right now. We go 4 lines, 60 deep. And then, obviously, our goalies are playing out of their minds. So, we got a good thing going right now. And it's pretty fun to play out there.
All right, buddy, you're a beauty. Lead the team in block shots and hits. Keep her going. Love it.
Love it, Army. All right, thanks, man.
That's Parker Wotherspoon. Hey, what do you say we keep these good vibes rolling?
Oh, yeah, man.
5 straight wins.
I mean, there's definitely a vibe around this team, like he mentioned, and everyone has belief and trust in each other. I think that's, started with Dan Muse and staff and instilling that in, and obviously finding combinations that have worked. We're seeing some definite chemistry from some of these lines right now, and guys are feeling like they can chip in or maybe make a play where otherwise, we've heard from Blake Lizotte where he felt handcuffed a little bit at times as a depth player where, the reins are off, and that line comes through with a couple goals here tonight as well in the fourth line with Connor Dewar and Achari. So, yeah, everyone's feeling connected. Everyone's feeling involved. Everyone feels confident, I think. And when you have that through your lineup, you get the results that you've got, and you get the people around the league going, hey, texted me, hey, what's going on with those Penguins? A lot of people had them written off. I don't even know if what I thought coming into this year, to be honest with you. They're shooting the lights out, man. It's been really fun to watch, and this has been a great run since Christmas, hasn't it?
since the last time they played the Blackhawks.
Exactly.
It all started. Now 12-2-2.
That was a 7-3 win. This is a 6-2 one, so they're stacking goals against the Blackhawks. Too bad we're done with them.
5 straight wins for the Pens, who will welcome in the New York Rangers on Saturday. But we still have plenty to talk about this win. Paul Steigerwald and Brian Metzer will start up the post-game show conversation before Army and I wrap up a few more things here from PPG Paints Arena. Penguins win over the Hawks, 6-2 the final. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Since FNB has been the official bank of the Pittsburgh Penguins, we've realized our teams aren't that different. We both have great checking, at home and on the road. With FNB's league-leading banking app, you get access to a deep lineup of checking accounts. And we both know the importance of big saves, like saving you time with our eStore Common App. One application for all your goals. Can your bank do that? Find out at fnb-online.com/eStore. FNB, member FDIC.
On the ice, playing smart can sound like this. And in the grocery store, shopping smart will sound like this. At Shop and Save, you can have a game-winning meal plan with essential everyday Culinary Circle and Stone Ridge Creamery products. Stock up on our store brands and rack up your pump perks to redeem at 140 participating Sunoco locations. Shop, save, enjoy life.
Hi, Joe Stefka here for NSS Life. For well over a century, we've been providing a smarter, more affordable way to deliver financial security for families across America.
And hi, this is Phil Bork. NSS Life is a great company that continues to offer charitable, social, and educational opportunities. Plus, their annuities ensure that your money is safe and grows every single day.
NSS Life, where family matters.
Hey Penguins fans, do you work for, own, or know a deserving, local, woman-owned Pittsburgh business? In honor of Women's History Month,